One of these weeks.
One of these weeks. They all kind of blend together.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we just do this yesterday?
Don't fuck with me like that, man. Last week feels like yesterday already.
I know, right?
So last time we were playing, it was a lot of exploring of the city itself after you had taken care of the weird tentacled vampire monster. You got some treasures, got another item with a sigil of the Thessalonian star. I can't remember right now the name of. Sahedron. Yeah. Sorry, my brain kind of skipped a beat there for a second. But you found a ring on the tentacle monster with the Sahedron rune on it that also helps protect you from some other additional things. But it's one of those things that I can't imagine your characters are just keen to just immediately throw those things on all the time. Especially after you guys saw what happened with the necklace. From there,
I'm doing just fine up here.
From there, you explored through, got a little further in before encountering a almost Colosseum-esque area that what's it called? Filled with abominable snowmen. You almost felt bad with how easy it was to dispatch them. Decided to take the time to head back to Magnamar via teleportation, get some rest. Teleported back into a trap set by some rune giants. Promptly got tore the fuck out of, and before escaping back. And I believe that's where we left off again.
Yeah, I believe so.
So you just come back to the Pathfinder Society Lodge. The guy who has the big mustache kind of watches you teleport back for the second time in a couple days. You're like, yep, been there. Takes another swig of whatever he's drinking, tea, coffee, liquor. It's hard to tell.
It's all of it mixed together at once.
All right, folks, what's the plan?
Long Magnamar iced tea, I tell you.
Around here, we just call it splooge.
Worst case, maybe have to walk back. But
why don't we just teleport to a different part other than that one area?
Is why I said worst case.
Okay. Thought you meant walk from here all the way back to the fucking mountain. I mean, we could do that, but you guys would start whining.
The only one I hear whining here. Can you teleport us, Reach?
Yes, but if it goes bad, he's last one I have prepared.
Yeah, you guys haven't rested or anything yet since that onslaught that I think brought a lot of you down pretty low.
I forget. Do we have a safe area that
have some real food? Maybe we could visit the inn, sleep in a real bed.
Like, you could always rest in Magnamar, but you do know that you do have a safe haven in the frozen lake area with the Fey woman that offered you a safe haven.
Yeah, and that was a short walk to the gates of the city. And then we could try to meet up with whatever his name was by telling him to meet us at the
Gukak.
Gugak.
I'm pretty certain we've established at this point he's a prisoner in a camp, so he can't meet us anywhere. I feel like that was thoroughly
was an
established.
assumption.
So I'm a little
established.
confused myself. I'm not sure if he's held somewhere else, or if like just a bunch of people there are prisoners, but there's not much keeping them there other than.
So you did
room
observe. You did observe the area. There are some people that seem to be gung ho about what they're doing, and others seem to be held there against their will. They're not like in shackles or chains. They do seem to go through the city, but largely it seems like they're kept there during when they're not working. But they aren't constantly monitored as they go about their work.
So it's like a social experiment.
Or they're
They're
held
held
there by
there
like fear rather
by
than being
peer
shackled
pressure.
or something. Or peer pressure, you never know. I'm sure there's some teenage giants there that just, want to feel like they're part of the gang.
The Xin-shalost branch of the Stanford prison experiment.
But again, you don't know 100%. There's just like some things you can kind of assume from what's going on. But they don't look like they're shackled and imprisoned where they can't even like move about the camp or outside of it. They're usually just questioned where they're going from, because you did observe it for a couple hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it seemed more like
we're talking
camp.
about Gugak specifically. We don't know if he's.
You don't know much about him at all.
Yeah.
We don't know him from that asshole we killed on the way in.
Turns out that was Gugak. It's been running around the whole time.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Well, is there a safe area that Reach could teleport us to near the?
Yeah, you just mentioned the pond with the naiad or
Yeah, that
nymph
big
or whatever.
frozen lake with the nymph there. Yeah.
All right, then that sounds like our next move, I think.
You're all done?
Do we want to wait? Do we want to wait a day or something? Because they're probably going to be on pretty high alert right now.
I mean, I didn't really take any damage or expend any resources from that last fight.
I just know some people took some damage and you wanted to get out of there because you guys took this much damage from one breath weapon from the group of I think it was 3 or 4 giants, and only one of them did this to you in one round, and some of you passed your saves.
Yeah, I think there's a fair amount of blinded people, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was 3 of you that were blinded from that breath weapon as well.
Yeah, but it was one round, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of hurt people. Half of
still
us
almost
are
died.
half or lower.
Yeah, we might have to try to pick off those rune giants in smaller groups if possible, and definitely when they're not expecting us.
Just head straight for the tower.
However many of them there are is probably worthwhile intel to maybe try and gather.
And I think I need some. I think I had some negative levels, didn't I? Or
Maybe.
because I have a lightning bolt on my stuff. I'm trying to figure out what that means.
I think because the space squid was a vampire as well.
Yeah,
but I
they gave you
don't
some
know if-
negative levels, I think, but I think they went away after a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just checking to see if there's anything else that might have given you in that fight. Doesn't look like it though.
Okay. I couldn't quite recall.
Just make sure your energy drained condition is at 0.
Yeah, looks like it is.
Okay, so are you just heading back to the lake as is, or are you going to spend some time to heal yourselves, or going to stay the night here? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I might as well prep Dream if we're staying, but if we're going,
I mean, Gorka's fine, Lucilla's hurt. I'm not the planning one.
I'm just low on smites. I think
They're gonna be looking all over for us right now. We should just rest a day and go back.
Yeah, I agree. This man has a good head on his shoulders. We should definitely rest somewhere.
Okay, I'm starting to
With real
reconsider.
beds.
Although if a lot of those rune giants are more towards the center, what about the mine area? Do you think there'll be less of them there, if any? Because there was an area where like giants were. being
Yeah,
served.
we're camp. If we want to bring that map back up.
Yeah, I'll bring back the lower city map that you found before. So this is where you guys had teleported to. That you guys kind of got that trap set on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, do you think there will be less of them in the giant camp?
Maybe. There's what, 6 of them that jumped us?
Something like that.
I can actually tell you right now. Let me just go ahead and go to the map. It looked like 4 of them jumped you with some cloud giants and some abominable snowmen.
Where are we at currently? I'm trying to.
Currently, you're not on the map, but
Oh, okay.
Currently, we're in Magnamar.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. I think best to rest here then.
I have to reload. My Roll20 was being a punk ass bitch there for a second.
See if we
You
can
do
find
that.
some potions of remove blindness. That could be potentially helpful.
So you're gonna stay in the city for the night at least, then? If you're gonna go shopping and all that.
I think that's the plan. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. No need to calculate what you would need to spend or anything for the healing. You have enough spare healing, I'm sure, just to top yourselves off, so you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I have tons of lay on hands.
So everyone's back up to full. If you want to buy anything, feel free.
How much is a potion of remove blindness deafness?
Is that remove blindness deafness? Is that second level or
That
third
was
level?
just restoration.
There's a remove blindness deafness, I think, too.
It is a 3rd level cleric spell, which puts it, I think, at the highest a potion can actually do. 750 market price is what the potions page says.
So 750.
Yeah, it's definitely worth having a few of. Manuel will get some.
I'll take one.
Doesn't
Easy
look
enough.
look like I went ahead and marked anything down, but I'll look for an amulet of adaptation.
Yeah, you'll be able to find that. I got the necklace of adaptation.
Mm,
Wraps you in a fresh shell of air, making you immune to harmful vapors. Allows you to breathe even underwater in a vacuum.
Those dreadful vapors.
I declare.
Oh man, going back in time and laughing at people's faulty understanding of medical science would be hilarious if it wouldn't get me killed.
I guess when we're ready to head out the next day, I'll go for the Nymphs Pond.
Yeah.
And do the D100 already.
D1 hundo.
Whoa.
Yeah, that might. Hold on a second.
I think that's off course.
Okay.
And we're back in the ambush.
95. You've seen casually.
Seen casually.
So, similar area.
Mhm.
You wind up in an area that's visually or thematically similar to the target area. Generally, you appear in the closest similar place within range. If no such area exists, the spell simply fails.
We wind up in Risha's old pond.
Let me just check something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Please let there be a pond inside the wizard's tower. This would be the greatest infiltration in the world.
How did you? What?
Yeah, but it's probably not a frozen mountain valley pond.
You don't know. He's got a mountain with his face on it. He could be weird.
You can
Mhm.
like ice fishing.
I have to Google
Inside.
something real quick.
I would love that if that's how that worked. When we're inside the tower, and then Rish is just like, "Excellent, my plan worked. 100% intentional."
Mhm.
I'm just trying to look up what
Mhm.
this area is real quick, so I don't just assume. Because if there's nothing, I'll make it up. So give me 1 second. Okay, so when you teleport, you're not too far off. You actually still see the giant head that you've all seen this entire time, that's overlooming this whole city, but from a different angle. And then you're all cold, very cold, and you realize you're looking at this from almost like an even field of view, as you are on top of a massive glacier overlooking the volcano at a distance from where you were, that had originally covered much of the city. And you are very high up.
Cool.
I actually will need you to make a save real quick. I mean, I'll tell you what it was. Because this is extreme cold and it is very high up. You have stumbled upon the death zone. So I need fortitude saves from all of you.
Quick cat's taste on the glacier, and we'll ride it into the city in a couple of days. Ooh, I'm
Mhm.
gonna spend a reroll on that natural one. 28. I'll keep it. Oh, I rolled reflex instead of fortitude. That's why it's low. I'm sorry.
It's still good. You're fine.
Mhm.
Because my actual fortitude save is 34. Thought that seemed low for a 22 bonus. But still, though, wow, rolled high.
Yeah. Dose roll. Okay. So is everyone satisfied with their rolls?
Mhm. I mean, I'm not going to die from suffocation because of the amulet, but
We'll see.
still cold.
Okay, so you're all fine except for you're very cold, and the air is so thin here; it's having trouble to breathe. The only one who's really suffering the effects of it at the moment is Pledrum. Pledrum, you take a -1 on all ability scores. From the sheer just your brain, your body, nothing can handle this altitude right now. You're not dying or anything, but you're taking some sustained bodily harm and mental fatigue from just being up this high.
Hey guys, it's kind of cold.
Go cold. Go cold.
Mhm.
Is this where we intended to go?
I don't remember the wizard being frozen.
No, he's slight off. Something not quite right in the casting. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Bastards.
not that bad. Just keep your feet moving so your skin doesn't adhere to the glacier, guys. Come on.
No, yeah, like I get it, man.
Y'all don't
See
see
what,
Emmanuel anymore. He has crawled into the bear.
To give you a concept of where you are, that's the glacier, and that's where the place you were aiming, the Fen of the Ice Mists.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. We should ask for directions.
So Gork sees how much other people are struggling and goes, all right, I want this to be clear that this is a one-time thing. Don't expect this to be normal. And anyone who's having trouble, just get on. And I'm going to wild shape into a dire bear. And with my planar infusion, I've got fiery claws and teeth to produce heat.
Fix is going for it.
That'll definitely help you with any hypothermia rolls, which I had you roll yet, so that's good.
Yeah.
And
I
here's
was gonna
about to
get. I was
cast.
gonna get to that eventually.
He's gonna cast communal phantom steed here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you should have mentioned that before I transform. Now, shouldn't you?
Well, ain't that about a bitch?
Mm-hmm. Get down to where the air is slightly more breathable.
But Pledgeum can cling on. I got
Yep.
fur. I got fire.
Definitely clinging on.
So if you're using the Phantom Steeds, the most direct route would get you into this area. By the way, if you're just going to make a straight route to the city.
So it'd come in on the north end of the city.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you were just making to the city, at least.
Any objections?
I say let's just go straight in there. Out of character, I like exploration and reconnaissance. In character, Gork's kind of the opinion that let's just get into that tower and beat the shit out of a wizard and go home.
Well, we gotta
Yeah,
take
I
his
mean-
face off the mountain, and then we can go home.
Yeah,
Right.
there's two very large, interesting buildings up there, at least.
I'm not
Something
keeping
looking like
Mount
a-
Zogmore up.
Something looking like a hippodrome and whatever the hell this Sahedron building is.
So yeah, as you descend, you can kind of get a layout of what you can see from the top down, and I will inform you of what you see. So this building here, this long one that's kind of partially buried.
Mm-hmm.
You see what looks like almost like a chariot racing layout that's partially covered. You see a statue in the middle of the arena looking area that seems to be partially covered in vegetation. It's all kind of growing out of the growth that they called the tangle that they told you to stay away from. That seems to be kind of just slowly overtaking this area.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it just looks like it was probably something used for some kind of festivals or events of some kind. You don't know exactly what they used it for, but excuse me. And then the big building itself is a very massive covered arena, or maybe an amphitheater. It rises more than 500 feet into an elaborate 7-paneled dome of crystal. You see slender spires extend another 200 feet in the air. 7 towers surround the dome, each one marked with different schools of magic from Thassalon. Even now, even with the time and weathering, you can still make these out. Some of the facade has fallen away, and some of the lesser domes that are connected to them seem to have fallen in a little bit. Though the great central dome and spire itself remains fully intact. With looking in from some of the glass paneling that illuminates inside, there is bright light from inside, like daylight from the inside, emanating from it. And that's all you can see from the outside at the moment.
Yeah, that probably means it's occupied. You want to investigate, or?
I feel like it's worth checking out.
It's an old Parisian saying, where there's light, there's a fight.
So you guys heading in there?
Yeah. I made that up. It's not
Guess
true.
you should roll stealth.
By the way, I'm just
We
assuming
wanna-
I'm still in dire bear form unless something else has changed.
Well, if you're gonna fly, you probably need
Do
to
I
get out.
still have that ability score?
Yes, that doesn't go away until you take a rest.
Do we want to recon this and send the magic eye in?
I just
Could,
still
yes.
be safe anyway.
I'm figuring at least to get down on the horses and get off them and all that, not attract as much attention.
Come on.
Thankfully, as you're descending into the city, you don't see sight of that dragon that you saw previously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would be the first dragon we've killed. It's not that big of a deal.
Name a party with better stealth checks.
Let's see. I assume you're having Dose go into the amulet so he doesn't have to learn how to
Yes.
fly.
Yes.
Okay.
Learn. He already knows. He just stretches out like a hooded cobra and flaps.
He just turns into a kite.
Oh, God.
You're able.
Hot air balloon.
What'd you say, Gumbo?
I was gonna say, all I'm saying is that the scariness of a dragon is lessened when you've already killed 2.
This is fair. But yeah, you descend safely. Doesn't seem to alert anything. Managed to duck down into a area that's partially covered, so you don't just alert people from just walking around. And it's not too far from this giant location arena.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're free to approach if you wish, or you want to send a recon in like someone suggested. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, might as well send the eye. I've got it prepped.
Yep.
Go ahead and upcast it. So it gets another 2 minutes.
The Eye of Reach. Future campaign villain. Watch out for it.
Just waiting for something to load for me.
Wouldn't call him a villain, Bob. He just takes all the books.
Well, if that's what the Eye of Reach did, then he'd quickly, or she'd, sorry, quickly come into conflict with her lich friend. So they'd probably have to like rap battle over.
Epic rap battles of history.
Now we just exchange library cards and it's all over.
What? We both believe in the free exchange of knowledge.
But yeah, you send your eye in there. Inside, it definitely looks like just a big arena. Probably some kind of where they had either battles or pretty much anything you could imagine. Like, it doesn't seem like it's exclusively like a fighting pit. They might have had big, like, grandiose speeches in this area. It's hard to tell exactly what they did in the past from so long ago. But you've definitely seen some things similar either in books or in person. Arenas don't really change much like that.
Big hole in the ground people fight in.
Oh.
It's not that
Well,
complex.
What you do see is sitting in the on like the box where someone important would like watch whatever festivities are going on. A large 12-foot tall insect-like creature. He seems to just be like holding a what looks like a spear and in one hand, and then in the other hand you see him sipping on some tea of some kind. Every time he takes a sip, you just see him pull away, and he wipes some like what looks like ice that kind of formed around his weird mandibles. You see a couple spiders of these like long-limbed, red, gargantuan, huge spiders, just kind of like walking across the Coliseum area. Check something.
This is awkward. Do you think they're supposed to be in here?
Any sort of knowledge I could roll to figure
You
out
can
what
do
they are.
knowledge planes for both of them, so 2 of them.
31 and 17.
Which one do you want to use for which one?
Probably use 31 on the fancy guy. And
Gotcha. Okay, second. So you don't know what these spiders are, but you definitely know what this guy in the middle is. He is an ice devil.
Mm.
And as you're kind of looking over him, you see the one of the spiders kind of making some varied motions as it looks like it's casting a spell. It's multitude of eyes kind of glow for a second, and then it looks right in the direction of your arcane eye.
Mm-hmm.
Makes
Safe
what you
bet
can
those
imagine
things
some
can see
chittering-
invisible.
So definitely you can tell that they noticed your eye. They're not doing anything to it. They seem to make some motions and what you imagine are some like chittering. And you see the ice devil kind of look over at them, look over to the direction they're like pointing. Just go back to drinking whatever he's drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Must be on break.
We were on a break.
Yeah, he's the manager. What's the point of doing the work if you manage? Yeah, so some sort of big ice devil drinking tea in the royal box. And it's covered in spiders.
I hate when they
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. Rish does not like spiders.
I mean, at least you're armed with fireball.
Mm-hmm. These are large, evil, magical spiders. Probably evil. I mean, they're consorting with the devil. They're at least neutral.
Or just they're good lines but very edgy.
Progressive spiders. Well, I don't think we need anything from any of them.
It's not about hanging out with the devil. It's that you don't want me to hang out with the devil.
Yeah, that's what you see. You eventually your arcane eye would fade, and you're left to ponder what you want to do.
I mean, I'm not against a good fight, but does it seem really necessary?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Other than his probably more allies that he could call to fight us when we confront him. Such as those ruined giants we ran away from yesterday.
Mm.
I mean, is our objective to clear out every potential threat from the city on the way there? Because that's entirely different strategy.
And his question is,
Yeah, Lucille speaks up. I'm fairly certain we can't just, 6v 1,000 an army.
No, just a lot of 6v4 here, 5 there.
For months?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not arguing
Just,
it.
Protracted
not-
guerrilla campaign? No, I know you're not arguing. I'm just floating ideas out.
Yeah.
his option.
Maybe if we could find somebody to either question or ally with, or basically get idea of if there's a social structure here that we could potentially take advantage of, rather than just wander around aimlessly and figure out threats as they come.
Could try get in contact with that giant again.
Might be worth it. A little bit more recon from I guess,
We'll
local
have-
knowledge.
We'll have to wait until tonight, but
We could spend the day scouting still yet and just get an idea of what's around.
Gork speaks up. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we're as close as we've ever been to that asshole's tower. Well, an answer is to say we just beat it out of his skull.
Could recon that, yes.
Yeah. Sounds as good of a place to recon as any.
The path is like right up here, so you're relatively close to it.
Yeah, that's why I said the closest we've been.
So is that what you want to do? Is try to make a beeline to the path up the mountain to try to
Oh yeah,
investigate there?
we lied.
Well, stealthy do that.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm gonna let your stealth roll from before stand because you haven't done anything to really break it.
Mhm.
Just because the guy saw your arcane eye doesn't mean he knows where to actively look for you.
Mhm.
Okay, so go ahead and while you're progressing, go ahead and someone roll me a perception as you're going through. 30. Okay, so let me move you. Get over to you probably wouldn't want to be on the main road, so like you're in an alley nearby here. And you hear what sounds like a loud roar. About like it's taking you not like the better part of the day, but it's around like what would be the modern day like 10 a.m.
Mhm.
And you just hear a loud roar coming from this direction of the city. And you kind of pause and wait for 5-10 minutes go by before you hear the flap of leathery wings as a massive dragon kind of just flies out in this direction.
What color?
I will tell you right now. He is
Same one we saw before.
same one you saw before. It is actually, hold on, I'm not sure if they have it written down yet. Is this right? Hold on.
Could you imagine if they just said it was a dragon and didn't really elaborate what type?
It is a blue dragon.
Okay.
I just didn't write it down in my Roll20 notes. I had to go back and check the book.
Gotcha. Just let that fly by without.
It is a very massive dragon, the biggest one you've seen so far, even bigger than the ancient one that you fought before.
So, I think all these inhabitants have fealty towards our target.
If not of own will, then possibly of compulsion, like with giants.
Well, the worst dragon, there's Horde. But we have more important things to worry about at the moment.
You received such a hard glare from Gork when you said, "But dragon money." He's like, "No."
No need for lizard on lizard violence at the moment.
God, all you people just getting heat whenever gold comes involved.
Doesn't solve all the problems, but it solves most.
Yeah, except for this fucking wizard, apparently.
Reagents very expensive. Are very hard to find on own.
But you're able to make it up the rest of the way to this path going up without being noticed. And you are now in the presence of this large mountain that you know is named Mar Massif. I'm telling you now because it doesn't tell any earlier in the book, but you did roll a knowledge roll before and you crushed it. Mar Massif is named after a powerful entity of legend known as Mar, who attempted to enter Galarian from some alien realm long time ago. Only to be caught and petrified midway through the emergence from the mountain.
Oh.
Whether this is legend, fact, a mixture of both, it's not really any way to tell, because this is a legend that's been passed through word of mouth over and over again.
It's fact.
Yeah.
Is that what the
75%
man in the mountain is supposed to be?
You imagine so, but it's hard to tell because it does also look strikingly similar to Karzog.
I like it
No,
better
that's
than
all-
Karzog
this
made
is-
his own monument.
Yeah.
This is Zogmore.
I love it when people are self-aware of that fact about whenever they talk about legends in a fantasy setting. You're like, so it's real.
So are you climbing the road to ascend this mountain, or are you going to try to stay off the road?
I think stick off the road.
I'm down to climb up some rocks myself, but
Okay, so I will need climb checks from all of you.
Oh,
here we go. 20's respectable.
Let's see if I actually left it. I did not leave Spider Climb Communal prepped, so. Let's see. 18.
Okay.
oh, gonna
so-
reroll that.
Okay, so none of you are able to get past the precipice of this cliff face as you're trying to climb away from the road. You all struggle in vain, and you can't bring yourselves up this mountainside.
I feel like we should be more powerful than this. Quick, make us fly. Somebody.
Hey, don't
Make
the
myself
phantom
fly.
steeds last for like hours?
hmm
Yeah, you could have had them still with you if you wanted to try to scale the mountain by horseback.
By flying over it.
Just
Well,
Probably
then
pretty
they-
easy
then
to
we
be
just
spotted.
Fly. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you do run the risk of being
So-
spotted easier.
Caster hour levels, so yeah, basically all day.
Mhm. So if you wanted to try to say keep them low to the ground and just use them to basically bunny hop up the mountain, I'd allow that.
Is bunny hopping allowed on this server?
I feel like it would be okay.
perfect jumping.
As long as you don't try the item cloning glitches, I'm usually fine.
Okay, good.
Would also point out that they are very easy for anything at this level to kill. So
So I should throw away my 99 Karzog Bane arrows.
and that's why you open every cupboard.
So yeah, if you want to do that, you can circumvent the climb checks and be able to scale this mountain up a little bit better. I will bring you into a spire map,
Shall fly.
and I don't have a token for you right now, but you would basically be climbing up right down here. Let me actually turn off the grid because the grid shouldn't be on anyway.
Right
Mhm.
where? Sorry.
You should be right
Bottom
down here.
Right, left.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was over looking at the other side of the map.
So yeah, you're around there as you're climbing up, staying off the beaten path itself. Let me check something real quick.
To the compensation tower.
You do begin about halfway up this mountain to begin feeling shortness of breath for all of you except for Reach, who has their fancy amulet. I'm going to need another round of fortitude saves from all of you.
Pledrum never fails the fortitude,
36.
except for all the times he does.
Wow, 23
Mhm.
solo.
And the animal is still in his cage currently, right?
Yes, is metaphysical.
So you're kind of bunny hopping up this mountain on your horses. And it's going smoothly. There doesn't seem to be a lot of foot traffic up in this area. As you're traveling up there, you don't see them at first before they make themselves known. As you hear this hissing voice, like, "Wait, stop. We wish to chat."
Mm-hmm.
And as you turn, you're witnessing to 3 mastodon-sized spiders appearing out of the ether. These giant purple spiders, you see them carrying web boluses almost in their front mandible claws.
What?
boluses. Those like things that people use to hurl rocks at people.
Okay.
They're like those little slings that are meant to use to throw rocks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, snares. Basically, throwable snares.
2 balls of the rope between them.
They look at you like,
Specimen.
we find you adequate to our need to not use you as food and use you more as performing services for us.
Well, any day not food is good one, I suppose.
Yeah.
It depends on the services.
You look too shelly to eat anyway. Gork just responds in kind.
You wish to go to the pinnacle above, yes?
The mountain penis? Yeah.
They don't have any concept of penis, so they continue.
Oh, no, hold on. Let me find some spider penis pictures.
Wow,
they-
that's one I don't have on.
I prefer it now.
Our enemies, those from Leng who play aping your vexingly symmetrical appearances, have returned to this world to honor an ancient alliance with the Lord above. And they kind of like, as they speak, they kind of go on almost like a half request, half demand that you enter the pinnacle above and destroy the denizens above they find within and destroy what is known as the Leng device.
Out of character. Oh, they're laying spiders. I got it now.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell us of device and pinnacle?
We do not know what it does, only that it was used to call upon our realm for aid by Karzog. Its destruction will distress our enemies that we find quite pleasing.
Sounds like a bonus to us too.
Aye.
Yeah,
And what are you going to do
interest
to help us
lines
out
there.
about this? What are you going to do to help us out with this then? Because we're probably just going to break shit anyway. So, want something specific? How are you going to chip in?
Our chipping in is not devouring you. That is all the reward you should need.
If you could devour us, then why didn't you just do it yourself?
Brothers, I feel like we should eat this one. No, brother.
Hold me back, brother.
These are simple creatures with simple minds. They do not understand. The bear-looking one speaks ill for the rest of you. You will do this for us.
It does
just
raise vital issue. What keep you from destroying device yourself? Could be important to know.
There is barrier upon the citadel, and we do not wish to go through the lengths of figuring out how to enter, only to have to fight our way through whatever denizens that call this place home. You will do this for us, or we will eat you here. We spare our hunger for deigning to speak with such lesser creatures.
Gentlemen, clearly these are highly intelligent individuals that remind me of a few of those from Mothman. I haven't introduced myself. My name is Emmanuel Depardieu.
We do not care who you are.
That was very rude. Maybe they aren't as intelligent as I thought they were. Though their sense of self-preservation is something to be tip of the hat towards.
Mm-hmm. So some sort of barrier that keeps them from really doing it. might be
Sounds to me
important.
it might be effort.
Yeah, they are very fat spiders.
Less fat.
Man,
have
it
you know
gets
I'm
thoraxed.
I'll have you know I'm on a diet.
Have you looked in a reflective service lately?
Word.
I just have a thick exoskeleton.
We do not fat shame in Lang.
Clearly.
I mean, I'm down to break something. I just like giving them the sass. I
So,
say just
yeah,
in
let's
front of them.
be real though. What? You guys got any other information?
I would like to try sense motive on them, see if there's something about the device being destroyed that they're not letting us know. Best at it, but hopefully something. See if they're withholding information.
I'll actually do that too if I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll throw one in there as well. Yeah, untrained. Pretty good for untrained.
They don't seem to be lying about how they can't enter. They seem to be like hiding something, but everything they've said has seemed like they've been honest about it. They want you to go and destroy something. They don't want to do it themselves, or they can't do it themselves.
All right, look, we're willing to
And
help
they'd
you.
rather just eat you, but they see you more as tools than anything.
mhm.
All right, look, we're willing to help you guys out, but you gotta let us know why you need it destroyed in particular. Kind of like a diplomacy.
Go for it.
I can't auto-fail a skill check, right?
Yeah, you can't auto-fail a skill check.
So that it's a 31.
31. Let me see. So the DC for the diplomacy is, let's see. Okay, so as you speak of this, like, again, we do not give you anything. We just choose not to eat you because you serve a purpose. If you would wish to argue the point, we can just eat you here and be done with it.
How many of them are there?
There's 3 of them.
Let's be clear on who's asking who to do a favor here.
Yeah, should we just
You
kill
guys
one of them
can't
to
get
assert
in
dominance?
there. That's a fact. You need someone stronger to do it. And the fact that you're asking us is an admission that you know that you can't take us on. Can I do an intimidate?
Go for it.
Should we just kill one? Assert dominance?
You just look at the other. One of them looks back to the other 2. Brothers, I think this is more trouble than it's worth. Yes, brothers, let us have our meal. And they seem to be tired of talking to you, so I will bring you to a map. It's just a generic mountain map, but
All right, let's go on assert dominance.
I would like to be not behind the front line. Can we arrange our characters a little bit?
yeah, you can arrange your characters. I just copy pasted you guys in here, so
Mhm. Going last.
let me know, guys, when you guys have your characters situated.
I'm pretty much good where I am.
Enough. Tonight we feast.
Oh, you know I'm
Non-
gonna try and dominate one of these guys after they're talking all that shit.
A non-Euclidean spider lobster.
I bet it makes my shit funny shapes.
They move in, and they're each going to cast a spell. One on Gork, one on Afixa, and one on Emmanuel. I need will saves from all of you.
Spell pen?
Let me see. Make sure this has this spell resistance. Yes. So let me do that real quick.
It may or may not be good enough.
$33.
Yep, that gets bats. All right, so we'll save. 32.
Okay, so Afixa passes. Gork and Emmanuel, you are inflicted by insanity. This is a permanent condition. You suffer from continuous confusion effect, as per the spell.
Would a 25 have passed?
I don't know. You didn't ask beforehand.
I get a +2 versus arcane magic.
Ah, let me just make sure this is arcane magic.
Hold on, need to check my paladin auras real quick.
Yeah, probably should have re-rolled. I only rolled a
Yeah.
5 there.
And this is considered a spell-like ability. Does it apply?
Okay, everybody has +4 to it if you're within 10 feet of me.
Which I think
Usually spell likes arcane.
Okay. So Emmanuel, you would pass, but even with the +4, Gork would not. So only Gork is insane.
But if I added 4 with a hero point,
I feel like we're getting to the
Yeah,
point
that's
where
fair.
like
No,
putting it
that's
after I
very
wait
fair.
for you guys. Like I was waiting for
I
him
know.
to
I'm
ask.
just having fun. I'm not
Mm.
having an issue. It's all good.
No, I know. I'm just like that's why I've been trying to do pauses before I tell you what the effects are.
Mm.
So that way, if you guys choose to add hero points, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I do appreciate the pause.
But basically, hand off the die after a certain point.
Mm. So, greater restoration heal or better?
Yep.
Oh, wait,
It
no,
is
sorry.
a
That
charm
+4 is only for charm spells and spell-like abilities, and I don't think it's
I don't think
charm.
it is.
It's
Insanity is
compulsion mind affecting.
But Gork is insane, so we'll deal with that on his turn. Perfect.
All right. Let's go ahead and let's charge in. Ready, Gork? Let's go. And you'll just expect Gork to follow suit.
Still technically can.
So charge in.
It's an out-of-turn action, so I don't think confusion would affect that.
Let's see. Confused creatures is mentally fuddled and cannot act normally. Let's see. Allies
That's a
wishing to
roll on
cast
that
a
chart.
beneficial spell requires a touch on a confused creature to succeed a melee touch attack. You attack the last target that attacked you. If you are attacked. A confused creature who can't carry out actions babbles incoherently. No, a confused creature will not make attacks of opportunity against anything that is not already devoted to attacking. So I would say you cannot charge with Afixa.
Okay.
Along the way, I'll smite this guy. And
Yeah,
then
as
hit
you
him.
do this, you just like notice Gork not following you, seemingly confused.
She's still committing to it, though.
And you're charging through. So
Yeah.
It
Charging.
does have reach. It will make an attack.
Okay.
Let's see, I'll just type it out manually. 34.
That'll miss.
Okay. So as
And
they
then-
kind of like swing this web at you, this has a large rock in it. It swings over you.
Mm.
That'll hit.
All right. And damage.
37.
Yep.
And stabs into this massive thing's thorax, but it is still up. Seems very hardy.
I think my turn's next, but I'm below on the initiative
Oh.
tracker.
Weird.
I was late.
That's why.
Late to the party.
Well, that
That's
is
my
your
turn.
Okay, Emmanuel.
Are these large or huge?
These are huge.
All right.
Again,
he is going
mastodon-sized spiders. Which, gotta say, if I saw one of those in real life, I'd shit my pants.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's all the more amusing that, like, such a small character that is fixed is just like, I'm going for it.
Yeah. All right. He is going to swift action, put on his animal focuses, tiger and the mouse, and then line up a full attack at the one that Fix just fought.
Go for it. Hit, miss, and miss.
Okay.
Solid piercing blow to him. Still pretty hardy, but
He's going to take a 5-foot step back.
and then Gork, I need that confusion roll, 1d100. 20. Acts normally. You manage to shake off the confusion, and you see these things in front of you.
I am going to Celestial Dire Bear out. So if you could make me big, please and thank you.
There we go.
Krog smash.
Frog Smash Goodly. And I'm just going to get right up in this thing's face. I can't attack because that was the standard action. But if it gets cheeky with me, even in my confused state, I'll lash out against it.
Indeed you will. And then Pledrum.
Okay. I am going to move. Not 40 feet. I need to move 10 feet back. Whatever. And from here, I should be able to cast Dominate on this spider.
Okay, roll me a spell penetration. That's your level, or your d20 plus your caster level.
All right. 16. I'm a full caster, so crossing my fingers.
It seems to fizzle upon them. It doesn't seem to have any effect.
Nope. I do a bardic performance, Inspire Courage.
Gotcha. Lucilla.
I would like to do a knowledge roll for these spiders.
Yep, go ahead. Knowledge, planes.
28.
28. I'm trying to remember what the conditions is for this. Sorry, I'm just going back to the knowledge page. I had it up. So.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I'm sure when it comes time to run my game, I'll be doing the exact same thing a million times.
Okay, here, monster lore. For the rarity, I imagine these things are pretty rare.
Yep.
So 15 plus their CR. And let me type what their CR is. So that just makes it. These are definitely lang spiders. They're immune to cold, confusion, insanity, poison, sonic, and they have spell resistance, is what you would be able to glean from what your knowledge is.
Okay. And then I will run over here, and I will drop into a full defense and give +3 AC to Pledrum. And then swift action, do Swift Aid to give him a +2 to his next attack.
Gotcha.
Yeah, +2.
Reesh.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the spells fizzle. That severely limits my options. Everyone's spread out, so I can't haste us because rolled a 1 on my initiative.
I feel your pain. I remember that whenever that happened when I was playing Amadeus. But luckily we had a cleric that had basically the cleric haste as well.
Mm-hmm.
literally every time with Manfred, he had like a plus 20 to his initiative, and I would never roll anything higher than a single digit. I do not know why.
I feel the pain.
Reach, we do have that bonus to your spells pin standing here holding hands.
Yeah, it is what, a +2 on that? Yeah. Allied's +2. Competence.
I think that's me patting you on the back. You can do it, buddy.
It's higher if we both know the spell, but that's
tells me
probably
that
not a
you
very
don't.
high overlap.
Something tells me you don't have a lot of that.
Guess I will try to innervate the one that's on its own. That's 18 touch.
I will save you a roll. You couldn't even get its touch, so it managed to dodge the innervation.
Mhm.
So you don't have to really roll on the spell pen if you miss. So
Yep. That's a shame since I rolled the maximum number of negative levels.
I feel like we've gotten into the harder level of the video game.
Just a little bit.
I mean, this is what happens when you skip a level. Anyway, this one is going to make a web attack against Afixa.
Reflex.
Yes. Oh, damn. See this mistake already? Seeing that fail, this one is going to, knowing Gork's insane, going to move over to here and is going to attempt to trip Afixa.
Watch me get act normally again next round, and I full attack it to pieces.
47 to trip you?
CMD 38. Yep.
So you were tripped. So all these attacks from the main one that's next to you is going to be at a +4. As it is now going to full attack you. So first I'll do the flails.
Miss.
With those ones. You're going to bite.
Yes.
Let's see. What did I roll? A 3, a 4, a 4, and a 5. So don't worry, guys. With me on the helm, y'all aren't going to die worth shit.
Mm-hmm. Until we do.
This one would have 5 foot back before you attack, but otherwise, you're up.
Crap. Well, now I gotta stand up.
And
So
they will both attack you. Let me see. Which one are they going to attack you with? The flail or the bite? They're going to use their flails. So
Yeah.
the 2 attacks.
hit and miss.
Okay, so you'll take 3d6 plus 10. So 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That adds up, you know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, their attack modifiers aren't terrible.
Oh yeah, no, it just felt like referencing the Seinfeld D&D comic.
I'll 5-foot step up and take another swing at him.
I accidentally skipped your turn, but you're still going, so it's fine. Oh yeah, that crit confirms. Fucking crit fishing son of a bitch, I swear to God.
Hell yeah. So
Yeah,
85 damage.
Surprised you didn't dip into fucking samurai so you could wield a katana. So yeah, 85. This one's not looking so hot now.
And fortitude save. See if
Fortitude
it's
save.
staggered. Or how long it's staggered for.
Let's see, catch.
That fails. So he is staggered for 4 rounds.
And stagger's the one where you can only take a move or an action, right?
Yep.
Woof.
Yeah, I find very helpful when I just constantly get melee range.
Okay, Emmanuel.
Which one just got staggered?
The one in front of Apixa.
Then he is.
You just see her take a
to-
fucking. She just leapt up into the spider's face and just sliced a couple of its eyes, blinding part of it, and it's freaking out at the moment.
Yeah, Emmanuel's going to cast his bow spirit as a standard action, and then as a swift action, it will attack using bullseye shot and vital strike.
Which one are you attacking?
I guess this one up here.
Okay, that hits. 30 points of damage.
What's all on the table for that?
And that's your turn, right? For Emmanuel?
Yeah.
Okay. Gork, roll that D100. 35. Does nothing but babble incoherently. As you just begin to growl in a weird way.
Yeah.
And bear.
Confused bear noises.
All I picture is the fucking fucking guy from
you.
the guy from Home Improvement.
Or that entire movie, Cocaine Bear.
Which I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
God, that movie. Every time I hear that name, I'm like, I can't believe this is a real thing.
I can't believe not only is it a real movie, it's an actual thing that happened.
Yeah.
It's based on true, well, loosely based.
Listen, all I care about is that in real life, a bag of cocaine hit the ground and then a bear ate it, and then there was a bear high on cocaine. That's all I needed to know.
Yes.
That sells you on the movie right there.
And apparently, the bear's smart enough to want more, or self-aware enough to be like, that stuff made me feel good. I want more.
Or if you're addicted. Bears have a crazy strong sense of smell and other senses, so they could probably smell cocaine.
Cocaine.
Cocaine. Speaking of, Michael, you're up. I don't know why I said speaking of, because I don't think
Speaking of cocaine bear.
Speaking of
Michael, you're up.
cocaine,
Notable cocaine bear, Michael.
Speaking of smelling like cocaine.
Are you going to do your mad dash?
Just checking the range real quick. All right, so it's a 30-foot line. So there.
And Pledrum go burr as he just teleports across?
Uh,
I will say,
I know.
you've seen their reach. They would be in reach of making an AOO on you if you're within 15 feet of them.
yeah, I'm just trying to see. Would a... It's kind of... Yeah, you see the line I have here?
Yeah.
Would a dash like that be able to...
I'd
Hit
allow
both
that
of
to
them?
be a dash to
It's-
hit both of them. But again, if you hit
It's
from there,
kind
you're
of
gonna
just
have
right here in the middle that it...
yeah, I would allow that, but again, you will have to make a either a cast defensively or risk the attack as you are within range of them.
They don't provoke attack as opportunity.
When you cast a spell, it doesn't provoke?
Yeah.
I thought it just doesn't provoke from the movement.
Oh, this is... They have a 15-foot reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, take
Okay.
a 5-foot step back to here.
Yeah, would I be able to retroactively do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, that would be without a reach, and then you could move to like here, and I'll allow you to get both of them.
and don't forget the first attack
Yeah.
allows a +2 from the spell.
What is this spell?
Bladed
Bladed
dash.
dash.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice spell, especially for a combat bard.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Alright.
it done.
He's used it a couple times now.
Oh, okay.
So +2 to attack?
For the first one, yeah.
Okay. So first attack
So that'd be a 32.
and second
hit?
attack.
Those will both hit.
That would just be a 30, by the way.
that would just be a 30?
I added it for them.
Okay, then that would miss.
Okay, so here is the second attack then.
29 points of
29 damage.
Would the attack at the bottom one not be flanking?
Not with this, no.
Okay.
Also, Gork can't really provide flanking when he's confused.
Alright.
But yeah, solid blow, clang against this thing with a nice twang. It's still up, but it is rough.
Rough.
Rough. Ruffles have
Like
riches.
Like your mom, Trebek.
Lucilla.
Okay. What can I do? What can I do?
I think a solo song is an excellent choice. Can I do it?
Because my bardic doesn't. I don't think it improves. Hold on, let me double check. Okay, yeah, that's good enough. I will scurry back towards you fuckers, and I'll begin doing my naturalist bardic performance, so that way it'll increase your guys' attack rolls. And then I will swift action. I have enough movement to here. Boost Emmanuel's next ranged attack by +2, in addition to that +3 for my bardic.
Cool beans.
Very nice.
And I think I've got everything calculated out for this, but I'm spend the round casting Summon Monster to summon an entropic giant anaconda again.
Oh no, a snake, the natural enemy of spiders.
So start on my next round. It'll happen, assuming I don't be forced to drop the spell.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have them roll a spellcraft to see what you're doing.
So I can drop it on one of them.
33. I need to actually look up how spellcraft rolls work.
Aren't big spiders.
I typed in spellcraft, and the first thing that came up was a Harry Potter thing. Probably should add Pathfinder. Okay, so
Solidify spell being cast is 15 plus spell level. It is a level 7 spell, so I'm pretty sure they know what it is.
Yep. Okay, so seeing that, this one up here. Let me see where you are. Range on this.
Excuse me.
It will use its movement to close the distance to here, so it won't take any penalties. And it's going to vitally throw a bolus at you.
Vitally.
AC appears to be 35 at the moment. I think I can get shield.
Oh, yeah! If you can boost your AC by 1.
Free action, I believe I can activate Shield of Faith and get a couple more points out of that.
And Shield of Faith AC doesn't conflict with anything you already have.
2. It's deflection as well. What is our automatic potion? Is +3. It would actually raise it by 1.
So what's your AC currently?
So
It would be 36.
+4. It would be 36 exactly. So yeah, it hit me still.
Okay. So then it would still hit you. So this will be not a ton of damage.
Pull up concentration while you're rolling that.
Only 15 points of damage.
Magic.
It's been a while since we've had to look up anything about concentration.
If you take damage while trying to cast a spell, you must make concentration spell or check with the DC of 10 plus damage taken plus level of spell casting. So that's 17 plus 15. 32.
Yep. You're not impossible at this level.
It's
It goes
D20
off-
plus caster level plus ability score modifier.
Do you get a +2 from allied spellcaster?
I think that's only for spell pen, isn't it?
I believe so. I'm gonna roll it and see. 32 meets.
Right on it.
So you just maintain it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yes, allied spellcaster is caster level versus spell resistance.
This other one.
After that bullet hits you in the face, Manuel says, "Duck."
The staggered one is just going to use its one action to try to trip Pledrum. 43. I imagine will trip you.
Yeah.
So then the other one is going to make a full attack on you. Well, I wish I would have rolled those against Afixa, but I imagine those, at least the first two, will hit you. And I confirm, I'm pretty sure. So 31, 22, and then a bite as well. And I don't think that confirms, though.
No.
Okay, so that's just 9 damage, but you will need to roll me I believe it's a fortitude. Poison. Fortitude save, yes. And you're happy with that roll, or are you going to spend a point or anything else? I just want to ask before I confirm anything.
Yeah.
Okay, you fail. You are subject to this poison, and we'll get to it on your turn. But that's their turn. Afixa.
All right. She'll 5-foot step over to this one and full attack.
Gotcha. Go for it.
Turn off smite for this one.
Hit, miss.
Okay.
Hadn't been hit previously, but it is already taking quite a beating from Afixa. Don't get me wrong, they're concerned about Afixa, but they're realizing that they can't hit her. So.
She's a squirrely one.
Then, I believe that's your turn, so
Yeah.
Emmanuel. There's a spider coming right for you.
All right. Manuel's going to 5-foot step back. Swift action. Let his bow spirit shoot this guy. With we've got both bard buffs now, right?
I believe so.
All right. Aspects.
At least it's who you do, because Lucilla's is a 30-foot range for her buff.
All right. And he's got a +2 from Lucilla for this.
That'll hit for which one are you hitting? I imagine the closer one.
The one right, yeah. And then he is going to drop Dos Eses as a standard action on the ground. Bring him to life.
I imagine you have him closer to you since you put him on the ground.
I don't really think I can.
You weren't like, Pokeball, go!
Yeah, you got to be like a level 7 trainer to do that, I think. I have no idea what I just said. But
you have to have at least 6 badges. Yeah, I understand. Dos Eses just pops out when you try to throw. He's like, you don't have enough badges to train me, and flies off.
I need more biscuits.
Okay, that'll be your turn then. Gork, that D1 hundo.
All right.
68. Do you 1d8 plus strength modifier to self as you just punch yourself or clap yourself on the face?
You know, it makes sense for Gork, but I always kind of find it funny that often this is more unarmed damage than a person could normally do.
Right.
The funniest part is
Gork, quit screwing around.
That only does 1 point of damage because I can't completely bypass my own DR.
Couldn't have happened to a better guy then.
Yep.
And
That's my turn.
Bloodroom. So first thing that happens, you take. Oh, I GM rolled, so I'll just re-roll it in front of you. 1 point of con damage, or drain rather. Oh no, this is damage. Sorry. And then you are confused for 1 round. So go ahead and roll me that D1 hundo. Be glad I had it re-roll since it wasn't on GM. It was on GM layer before because I had rolled a 3 for con before. 42. You do nothing but babble incoherently. But at the end of the turn, go ahead and give me another fortitude save. Okay. Did not pass the save. So the poison continues. Lucilla.
I will keep doing the same thing, but now I'm gonna take a standard action aid action to boost Rish's AC by 4.
Gotcha.
And
But then you're also aiding Emmanuel's attack again.
can I do both the standard and the swift?
I thought you could. You did it before, didn't you?
Well, I had no, one was a full defense. I'm not doing the full defense.
Well, I mean, as long as you're not aiding the same thing, I'd allow it.
Sure, I'll do that then.
Yeah. Like you're aiding AC for Reach and then directing him, like you're blocking, like you're hoping to block an attack with your whip or something, and then with a manual, you're just giving him directions on where to shoot. So
yeah, I'll do that one then.
Okay, Reach, where do you want your snake?
Well, since it came after me, I guess I'll drop it on him. It is a 20 by 20 critter. A 20-foot reach, but it can only move 20 feet at a time.
I'm a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
Emmanuel just looks over at Dose. Every day it reminds me of her.
So I'll have him bite at that. It probably won't hit with a 4.
Nah, does not hit.
For my part, oh hell. Keep thinking of things to do, but I don't know if they'll work. That in the box. Keep that in the box.
What's in the box?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
What's in the box?
The summoned shadow on the on the staff of hungry shadows would. That's a modified summoning spell, isn't it?
I believe so. Let me just double check. Summon Shadow as Summon Monster 5. Yeah.
So it's going to take another round if I try to use that.
What, you didn't want to call the fucking Devourer?
He might be useful against these guys.
I just wanted to say the fucking Devourer.
Mm-hmm.
Next turn will be a Shadow.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
2 charges off that.
35, so it's going to have to move. It's going to provoke the attack from, I think, Dose and the snake, so. But it doesn't like the summoning behaviors.
Mm-hmm. And the snake continues to not land the bite.
Okay, so go ahead and make your attack for Dose. Nope. So then it's going to make a bite attack against Reach. Will miss, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
With a 5. The other one is that staggered is going to try to trip a Fixa. 46.
Successful.
Okay, you are tripped, and the other one is going to full attack you. Because it went so great the first time. So first off, it's flail.
Hit, miss, does not confirm. Well, let me see.
It's not a natural 20, it's a 19.
Okay.
so it wouldn't naturally automatically hit. And this is not the one that you're
AC.
smited against. So
Oh yeah, so take that off.
I'm not sure what your AC would be. So it's a
AC
33
is
would not
40.
normally hit. Okay, so
40.
that first one, a crit would miss because it's a 19. It's not a natural 20. So you'll take 16, and then they're going to try to bite you. 36, I believe, will miss.
That'll miss you.
Wait, actually, these are all
Oh,
plus
wait.
4 because you're tripped. So
Right, so that one will just hit.
okay, so I will need you to roll me a fortitude save as well. The crit will still miss though. Yeah, I didn't think you were going to fail that fortitude save. Plus 30, yeah, you'd have to get a natural one.
Mhm.
Okay, but that's what they did. And I imagine you're going to stand up and provoke again.
Nah, she'll full attack from the ground.
Okay, it'll be at a -4.
Yep.
And remember, you're not smited against this one, so make sure
Yeah.
those buffs are off.
Yep. I'm also gonna take off power attack. So -4, so I'm at -1.
Fix underneath all the spider legs, just starts chopping them down.
The shield and the second attack will both hit.
Then she'll lay on hands on herself and do the sanctuary.
Gotcha. When you think about this, you touch yourself.
That's right.
Emmanuel, the spider's getting closer.
All right. Time for some bear dancing. Still full attack.
Miss hit. And this is his normal attack, not smiting or anything, right? Because
Oh yeah, yeah. He's
I know I
been
ask
going
this
through
every
his
time,
monkey.
but
He's got a 36 strength, which is, I feel like, the ridiculous part about his damage.
I know there's also that 3d8 on top of, or 3d6 on top of a 1d6.
Yep, he has fire damage, and that may all be his fire damage. I'll have to look
Gotcha.
at it.
God, he even has fire damage like Gork. Does not confirm, but does hit. It's looking pretty wounded.
All right, and then Emmanuel's swift action will be
The bow.
the bow with a bullseye shot and a +2 from my lady friend, and then his.
So that thing was deboned after you shot that thing.
All right, and then standard attack. He'll fire at that one up there,
Go for it.
farthest one away, so he does not. Damn it. All right, he'll just do the same thing.
Are you doing the vital one?
Good. Yep.
That hits. It does surprisingly not kill, but it is very much wounded. It is riddled with holes, slash marks, and barely see. Missing a leg at this point. Gork, eventually you'll roll good.
Yep, but not today.
Nope, that is do nothing. And Pledrum, you're go ahead and take 3 points of Constitution damage, and you are confused for another round. So go ahead and roll D100. $94. Attacks the nearest creature, which is the spider.
All right. Can I do a 5-foot step
Yeah,
up?
you can do a 5 foot and you can full attack.
Woo-hoo!
It is dead. You just wail into the thing. You just all witness Pledrum in a rage, just smash and smash again. Go ahead and roll me another fortitude save to see if you save against this poison.
Always add a +8 to it.
Add a +8 to it? Yeah, I will.
Okay, even without the +8, you would have succeeded. That's one save. I'll put a blue marker to mark that save.
Mm-hmm.
Squishy spider.
Okay, next up.
Like as intelligent as these things are, they would be second guessing their choices.
Maybe a little bit.
You do not know, regretted Ling.
There is only Zool.
Mm-hmm. He's an asshole.
Bless you.
Are you doing the same thing as before for Lucilla?
Yes, except I'm gonna give a +4 to Emmanuel's attack roll and then a +2 to Rish's AC instead.
Gotcha.
Because now that the immediate threat is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Rish, you summon Shadow?
Yep, and I believe the range was like 35. So, you got the 5th edition diagonals going.
Yeah, I forgot to change it for this one. I'll change it right now. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Significantly nerfs the distance.
For some reason, I don't have a Shadow token, but here's a Hobgoblin Iron Shadow from my other game.
Guess that's the only enemy still up, so.
Yep, this one's dead.
Have that and the snake go after him. Snake should be within range to be able to bite once it gets moved a little bit. And it can roll nothing today. Let's see, what was Shadow attack is...
Before
+4.
if you had to, the Shadow had to move the entire way to get to it after you summoned it, right? Because the thing
no, it conjures it wherever it is, but I believe it has to move through anyway because it was there, so it would have to move in.
Yeah, so it will get all of the attacks on it because this has combat reflexes. So
it's got shit AC, but it is incorporeal.
Yeah, these are not considered magic, so it would not hit them. So wasted an AOO as it tries to swing at it.
Mm-hmm. Don't know offhand what their touch is, but it's only got a +4 to trying to touch. So, but if it touches, it does strength damage.
Does 15. Not touch.
Yeah, missed on like a 20-something last time. So, 2 charges well spent.
Okay, you're telling me with the 2 uses of wild shape I used over here.
Let's see what this thing has to do, because it's in between some hard places right now. Yeah, it's going to move away, provoking attacks from Afixa and the Shadow.
Just ineffectively swipes at it like me.
That will hit from Afixa. And then it is going to go invisible. Oops. So Afixa, your turn.
All right. As a swift action, I'll use Litany of Sight. For 1 round, that allows me to see invisible creatures.
Okay, I will reveal it again. It is in exactly the same place that it left.
All right, and then I'll charge.
You're prone, so you won't be able to.
Oh, that's true. Fuck. Shit. Oh, I got an idea. All right, stand up as a move action.
Okay.
And then I will use Knight's Calling, 1st level spell. Share the text.
You compel the target to come and fight you. It is a will save, I imagine.
Yes.
Will is actually its lowest save. But it rolled a natural 20, so
Well, shit.
fuck you, I guess.
Yep. All right.
Does it have a save?
Let me check.
Pretty sure it would have had a
Because
save.
it's only 1 round duration.
But it's also a level 1 spell.
Yeah, will negates.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a good spell at a level 1 spell. You make it come back to you if it's trying to run away.
Yeah.
And sometimes 1 round of returning to the fight is all you need to destroy it.
Yeah.
That will be your turn, so it is back to being invisible.
Yeah, Fix will just kind of point in a general direction. It's going that way.
All right. So where it was before. It's got a long range to cast as a standard action Fairy Fire.
And it'll make a reflex save. And if it passes, I believe it's not fairy fired, though. Which I believe it passes.
Does it get a reflex?
I'm pretty sure, unless I'm... Oh, it also, you need to roll a spell resistance anyway, so...
Yeah, spell pen. That's the big thing. Fairy
No
Fire.
saving throw.
Yeah,
no
that's a
saving
5th edition thing.
I'm used to the 5th edition one.
And spell resistance is what? 1d20 plus
1d20 plus your caster level, yep. Nope.
That's really bad. All right, so that was a waste. Swift action, gonna take a shot at an invisible creature.
Yeah, go for it.
He's
You know
pointed,
where it
so
disappeared into.
I know where his big ass is hanging around, but I think I've got a 50% chance to
Yeah,
miss.
Fix is basically pointing straight in this direction.
And +4 on this from Lucilla.
That would hit. Go ahead and do a D100.
1d2.
Anything above a 50 is a hit.
Okay.
That's a hit. As you see it hit an invisible creature, it doesn't look like it died, but it definitely hit it.
All right. There's blood now. And he'll come over and smell the snake.
Smell the snake. Okay, Gork, D100.
All right, I've got scent and a heart-seeking attack, so if I can just act normally.
You just cannot.
Missed it by that much.
Miss it by 1 number.
Listen, I know it's not her turn, but Lizzle's just going to do what she did last time. I'm just going to put my head down for a moment.
I'm sorry, by the way. I know how confusion sucks.
I get why they changed it in 5th edition.
Yeah. Pledrum, you're confused for this round, and you also take another 3 points of Constitution damage, and I need you to do a D100. That's a total of 7 con damage for anyone who's following for Pledrum.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of hit point loss.
Mm-hmm. That's a poison, not a spell, right?
This is a poison. I'm just waiting for him to roll his D100, see if he's able to act or not. If you're there, Michael. I know you're suffering from the same effects as Gork right now, so it's probably head on the table.
Yeah. So I passed the 1 save. Do I need to roll another?
You do, but you also need to roll a confusion test to see if you can even do anything this turn.
1d100?
Yeah. And keep in mind, you also are down 7 Constitution from the total rolls. You didn't hear that before?
Yeah, you just took 3 more.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it didn't. Why didn't it roll?
No, are you confused?
Apparently the internet ate it.
13, you're
Yep.
able to act normally. So at the end of the turn, you will need to make a save, but at the moment, you do have your senses about you, and you do see a fix-up pointing at where the invisible creature is, if you wish to do anything.
I really don't have any clue where it is, so...
You just know it's in this general area here.
Throw your loot.
Has
They're really big. Odds are you'll hit it.
could I?
Surprisingly nimble for a bus-sized spider, though.
Let's see.
Is that an option?
I think so, but let me just check. I think that requires spell resistance.
Yes, yeah, it did.
Yeah. So
Fire, glitter dust.
I'm looking
Fire,
it up
fire,
now.
did glitter dust.
Spell resistance, no. So it is glitter dusted.
He gets a will to not be blinded.
Yeah, but it is still visible though, as it is very, very glittery.
Nice choice, Pledger.
Now he has to explain to his spider wife why he went to a strip club.
I believe it manages to resist the blindness, but it is fully visible now. Priscilla does her whole thing, as you said.
Unrelated though, I did look it up. Spiders do in fact have penises.
Yeah, that's not in my search history.
Let me tell you, after that I opened up a new tab and I typed in Pathfinder and it said Spider Swarm Face Spider and it was
Listen,
all
I liked
spider
one
related.
D&D thing. I liked one D&D thing on TikTok, and now everything I get recommended is furry shit. I do not need to look up spider penises. Thank you.
Yeah, this is why I don't have my browser remember my search history every time I
Go
go
ahead and
to
roll that. That'll be a 28.
What are you trying to do?
And casting Fireball, using a level 4 slot to add persistent spell to it, so it has to make the save twice.
Well, good news is that is enough to pass the roll there.
Mm-hmm. And I'll upcast to 23 reflex, and it makes it. So
Still half, which is still
17
enough to
fire
blow the fuck
damage.
out of it. As it just goes down, you see it like as the smoke clears from the fireball, it's on its back, and its legs are starting to do that shrivelly thing.
Oh, classic spiders.
As they are down dead.
Mm-hmm.
I will take this round by round right now, unless anyone chooses to do something, because Pledrum is still poisoned. So, Fix, if you want to do anything for this round before I have him make another roll.
Is there a way to help with the poison?
You can do a medicine check to try to get a 10 from it to give him a +2 to his
Alright.
I guess
Heal.
rubbing his feet or something.
Yeah. You're like treating the bite wound and stuff, so. Okay, so you'll get a +2 on this for Pledrum when you do your next save, but did you ever make your last save on your last turn after Glitter Dust? No, you did not. So go ahead and do that one first. So go ahead and 1 Fortitude save here. That would be a failure. So the count resets to 0, and you take 2 more points of con damage. You're still confused, but that doesn't really apply right now because you're not in combat. So that's a total of 9 con you have damages right now.
Consecutive saves.
Yep.
He won't just start swinging at somebody, will he?
I'm not gonna deal with that right now. We're dealing with the poison right now. So this one will be.
I'm still over here too.
Yeah,
I
we've
do
got
have-
1 scroll of greater restoration if we want to remove the insanity.
Probably be for the best. What were you saying, Michael?
Will that remove the insanity and the poison?
Well, those are 2 separate people, so.
Yeah,
I got you.
the poison's.
I will tell you, there is a finite amount of time this poison will course through him, so.
Okay.
Yeah, eventually he'll die.
I have 5 Constitution left.
Well then, go ahead and make a Fortitude save, because this is going to be at a +2 to this Fortitude save.
I don't know. Maybe it would just be cheaper for a fixer to bring him back from the dead again.
Right.
I think
just stabs him in the throat.
Okay, so that's a failure.
This will be faster.
22.
So 4 Constitution.
Oh shit.
Alright, I have 1 Constitution.
All right, guys. Would this heal some of his con?
1d4 of it, yeah. If you want to go over there and hit them with that,
Well,
go ahead and roll 1d4.
Keep in mind the casting time though.
Casting time is 3 rounds. Oh yeah, that's a little
Man,
too-
the one time poisons are good in Pathfinder.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and roll me 1 more Fortitude.
Yes,
but I'm pretty sure you're gonna die from this. As you just see Pledrum, like Fixer's over there trying to treat Pledrum, and you just see his whole body pulsing every time the poison courses through him.
That was a
Meanwhile, Rish runs up,
deal poison.
smacks Gork with the scroll of greater restore.
Gork is no longer insane as he sees his friend fade from existence once again after the poison courses through him.
It's not.
You know,
even
after
trouble.
the second time you watch your friend
Yeah.
die horribly.
I'm adding a +8, so that'd be 19. But
That's okay. So the DC was 27 for these.
Oof.
And it lasted a total of 6 rounds, which, good news is, you died right as it finished coursing through you.
Do you die from con damage?
Yes.
This one you do, because it doesn't have a cap. Because some of them will say that you only go down to 1.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Most other stats, you're either paralyzed or brain dead when it hits 0. Con, you're just dead.
Yep.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
This is unrelated, but since we played Dungeon Crawl Classics last week and it had a lot of ability damage, in the book they talked about what happens when each ability score reaches 0. And most of them are exactly what you expect to be, but if you have 0 luck, it is the best thing ever. It says you're incapable of doing anything because a random series of misfortunate events keep getting in your way.
Yeah.
So
I don't know
literally,
how I was supposed to fucking. I don't know what I was supposed to do. There's no way I was making 6.
Yeah.
Fucking.
You only need to get
Consecutive.
2 consecutive to save from it. But it continues for 6 rounds if you don't succeed from the saves. But the thing is, as you fail, it gets harder and harder to save because you're getting con damage. Which, by the way, I will say, from what I've read about it, Starfinder, the real killer in that one is poisons and diseases.
yeah, they buffed them. There's the
Those
reason
ones are brutal in that system. But yeah, when you get brought back, Pledrum will go down to 1 Constitution because it doesn't heal all the con damage. Just FYI.
Well,
Should we take a
teleport
note of
back,
where we are?
back to the city again, apparently.
I will then use Restoration to cure all temporary ability damage.
Good thing, because you guys have been up here for longer than 10 minutes now, and you are going to have to make another save against the death zone. Because that could have just instantly killed him again.
Mm-hmm. I'm back.
Guys, again.
Oh, right. People like to breathe air when they're alive. Fuck, bring them back again. Clear.
I don't know. Is it too late to join the Evil Wizards team?
Guys, it looks like my passport for being out of Muldoon is running out.
So to make a long story short, these things don't have much on them, obviously, but they do have a floating stone that was around their head that is still kind of near their body.
Ion stones of living through this crappy environment.
Iridescent
Yeah,
spindle.
actually.
Yes.
Wait, all of them had one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
Iridescent
Well.
ion stones.
that made it
Is that
worth
it?
it then.
Mm-hmm.
Take one over Pledrum's head.
You can be sustained without air. So these ion stones will help people survive in this death zone.
All right, so Rish doesn't need one. Pledrum definitely needs one.
I feel like the only one who doesn't need them, like if you're just going to try to force yourself through it, would probably be Afixa with her insane saves.
Yeah.
Or Gork. I've got very high fortitude saves.
This is true. Like the
I'll
two
go
of you are
ahead
probably the safest in this environment.
Yeah, that's why I was prioritizing other people.
Doing a lay on hands on Pledrum, and I'll go ahead and use the healing mercy or whatever that adds fast healing, which is 3 for 6 rounds, so additional 18 if you want to run it out over time.
I will go ahead and move you guys back into the Spire map that you were in.
Well, that could have gone better. That didn't go too bad. Well, until the poison.
I mean, I'll be
at
honest.
least
I just kind of blinked and it was over.
at least we know it's some kind of barrier. If it affects more than just these spiders, that is question.
Well, I say we check it out.
Let's see, how long does arcane sight last?
Yeah, you feeling better, Plidrum?
He's fine.
They could have just told us what was guarding the barrier and it would have been fine. Like, we weren't opposed to doing it.
Mhm.
A little arrogant, weren't they? Can't imagine a creature behaving like that.
I know you're trying to be ironic, Cope, but I don't imagine Emmanuel would try to kill someone for being impertinent. He'd just try to leave the room awkwardly.
Yeah. He wouldn't try and kill somebody.
I succeed.
Maybe
He just had his
conscript
mayor
them.
do it. I feel like he's not a very violent person.
Yeah, that was my read on the guy.
Yeah, forced conscription's not violent inherently.
It's not. Especially if it's his, divine will.
He doesn't get
Yeah, but
upset.
then-
He has people for that.
Emmanuel, you didn't need us to tell us that you think it's all right. We knew that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Anyway, what you all want to do now?
First, we decide how the stones are distributed because
I'm gonna take a bio break.
Okay, yeah. Everyone go ahead and take a bio break, then I'm going to get some fresh water.
you could do.
Mhm. Well, as far as I know, the plan currently is to at least probe this barrier that spiders couldn't get past. That's what I want to do anyway. Figure out if it'll affect us or if it only affects the leg spiders.
Always a good thing to find out.
Mm-hmm. We're not out of resources, although that definitely took a few. But at the same time, if the barrier does affect us, we'll have to figure out how to get past it.
Wing spiders can be nasty.
Mm-hmm.
They don't hurt like a ton in terms of like direct damage, but man, that poison is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see.
I mean, they did kill one of us, so
Frequency of 1 round per frequency 1 round for 6 rounds. 1d4 con damage plus confusion for 1 round. Cure is 2 consecutive saves.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the once a day insanity spell can be nasty as well.
As we saw.
I always feel so bad for using those things, but I'm like, if the creature has those, I feel like they have to use them.
Mm-hmm.
what CR are
Yeah,
those
no,
things?
it's a
They are CR
default
15.
default was 14, but they might have been buffed.
They were advanced, yeah.
I mean, those are some kill you dead abilities. I'm surprised they didn't hire.
Mech.
Well, I think it's
Well-
they're toned down by the fact that they can't actually outright kill you in terms of physical damage they can put out. They can fuck with you all they want, and the
I
poison
mean,
can
they
slowly
can't
kill
one
you.
shot you.
Plus, multiples of a thing is supposed to up the CR a bit, and we're
Mhm.
3 over what they're supposed to be singular a match for. Once we got a hold of them, we tore them apart, but They made sure that was harder than it had to be.
Yeah, I was trying to have them work as a team. So like one of them was trying to web people at the beginning, one of them was trying to trip, and the other one was trying to go ham. But Afixa kind of dodges everything and weaves like a crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good plan. I feel like bad guys would team up and kill more often than spread out. But yeah, when I asked about the con score, I looked that up. That quote is from the player's handbook or whatever I got off of D20.
It has kicked the bucket, has shoveled off its mortal coil, run down the curtain, and joined the choir invisible.
It has ceased to be.
To shred, you say?
Mm-hmm.
So did we teleport out of there, or did Afixa just bring Pledrum back, like right on the spot?
So far, you guys just got brought back, and we're deciding who's getting those fancy stones to keep them from having to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Got brought back, as in teleported back, or Pledrum?
You haven't teleported back. Got brought back from the dead.
Okay.
And there was debate on whether you guys wanted to like test out this field of whatever's that the lang spiders were talking about to see if it affected you or not too.
I mean, Emmanuel's got a decent fort at plus 20, and Dose has a plus 16, so I don't know if I know Pledrum's much lower. But he should definitely wear one. Then I feel like probably. What's Reesh look like?
I'm both
she's got
amulet
that
of
thing.
adaptation, yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I had been doing fine on the saves, but
I'm back.
at the same time, we have now entered a much more dangerous area to fail the saves in.
I feel like the most safe route for you guys was just to leave Gork and Afixa without them and give everyone else the necklaces, the ion stones.
Probably.
That
Yeah,
way,
Pixie's fine without it.
The bear might have some issues, but they can always get turned into a statue if need be.
I'm always surprised by my saves. I just look at the modifier and was like, Jesus, paladins are
Paladins are like
ridiculous.
that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they just say that like this AP could be completed by one wizard and one paladin just tag teaming everything. Like just make a bromance like buddy cop movie of just the AP.
Mm-hmm.
What happens from the bear's perspective when he's turned into a statue?
I think he's just paused.
Pause.
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
I like to think of it more as a deep, satisfying meditation. Transcendental.
A bear nap?
Like a warm bear hug.
In
Anyway.
actuality, it's just pain.
Searing.
It's like thousands of knives stabbing into him all at once. But joke's on you, he's into that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, what you guys want to do? Do you want to try to probe the compound and see what's going on with the barrier? Or?
Oh, anytime there's probing involved.
Mm-hmm. Let's
Sorry,
penetrate
I
this
just said
penis
that.
tower.
So you do begin to walk forward, and it doesn't take long before you start feeling some of the effects. It almost feels like when you're walking, gravity reverses to push you backwards. It's not actually doing it, but it feels like gravity is coming from your like rear rather than walking forward and having you on your feet. It feels wonky, and it causes like some intense vertigo. As like the gravity feels like it's going to change at any minute again.
Sorry, our rears have its own gravitational pull.
Right.
Right, well.
But the worst part is after about a minute of walking on this road, I need everyone to make me not only a fortitude save, but a will save as well.
Alright, I'm still in celestial bear form.
The fix is fine, like I thought.
Sorry, how long did you
About
say?
a minute.
A minute? Okay, cool. So
Was Pledrum brought back to life?
oh, for God's sake. Yeah, we brought you back to life. I'm gonna use my last
No, we just left him on the side of the road in an embarrassing
What the
position.
fuck?
Did you apply the
You-
healing, by the way?
Anyway,
Fail the fortitude.
Pledrum should have gotten healed like 56 points or something it was?
57.
57?
Yeah.
Oh, I just pulled the 56 out of my ass.
Yeah.
That was pretty accurate.
What?
If Pledrum needed topping off, we've got wands. If you'll let me know where you are, Pledrum.
He would have been at 57. He would have been at 58 out of whatever total he has, because he would have been brought back at 1 hit point. So,
upon feeling the shift in gravity, I think she
107 or 140.
don't forget to roll will for Lucilla as well.
Yeah, I know. I was just correcting it because my will said you had a will save of 54. I'm like, that's not right. So I realized there was a.
That's all.
Manuel, get your shit together.
Manuel's given that for.
Oh, I thought those were your
That's all
saves.
healing.
I rolled double natural ones on Gork's fortitude save.
Mm-hmm.
I am just not meant to be here today.
So it won't affect the fortitude of natural 1, but because you have those dominant weapons everyone has, you all would get a +4 to these saves.
Okay.
I do need Pledrum. Oh, he already rolled. So everyone passed the fortitude except for Lucilla and Gork.
85 healing for Pledrum.
So anyone who rolled lower than a 20 or a natural 1, obviously, will take this damage. It bypasses all energy and damage reduction resistances. As you take 26 points of just pulsing energy damage, and nobody rolled lower than a 20 will, correct?
Doesn't look like it.
Yep. So you all don't seem to have any mental fatigue from this, but you just see Lucilla and Gork get racked with pain out of nowhere. As they do, and they kind of like shirk in pain. It actually looks like the gravity hits them, and they get pushed backwards like a good 10 feet.
Let's fall back to start of field.
Yes.
Try to analyze. Yeah. Once we're close to outside of it, I'll put up a greater arcane sight and try to spellcraft my way through this if that's doable.
So let me see.
Retreat.
I'll use Cure Light Wounds on.
So the only thing you'd be able to tell with the arcane eye, let me just double check before I just blow shit out my ass.
Lucilla gets 14 hit points back.
Arcane sight.
Arcane sight greater.
Automatically knows which spells or magical effects upon any individual or object I see.
Okay. You don't actually see the spell itself, as this is. It's weird. They don't actually have a spell listed. It's a certain effect, but
yeah, it's trying to piece out the effect of it.
So
whatever this field is,
the field protects the area. I'll just go ahead and call it what it's actually named in the book: an occlusion field to repel intruders. It will deal damage if you fail the fortitude, and it'll do wisdom drain if you fail the will saves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good thing no one failed the will save.
If you fail both, you become permanently blinded.
Again? Fuck's sake!
I will say, since no one's used it yet, I will mention you do have some items that can help you ask questions, if you will. I'm pretty sure you have that pen that you can use for communion or whatever.
Yeah. That pen that.
You also have the Anathema archive, I believe, as well. I'm not sure what that would do for this.
Well, how far do we want to retreat to consider our options? Because I can probably use both of those anywhere.
That second tavern and inn we stayed in gosh, what's the big city? Magnamar. That place had fantastic goose down pillows.
We could also, return to the city and try to meet up with the one guy in case he knows anything.
Wait, did you say a city? Yes. That guy, in case he knows. Yep.
Yes. Yes. No one tell him I mean city beneath us.
Still a bear.
I mean, technically, with how high you are, all cities are beneath you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
not
revelation.
talking a lie there. No zone of truth can pull you out of this.
Okay, once per day, divination. Once per week, contact other plane. Wrote it down as other plan.
We accidentally commune with a Lang spider.
I heard you killed my brothers. Nice.
More food for me.
So do we want to pull back to that little fortressy thing where we killed all the bird people and they tried to kill us back with their
I mean, that would be mean
cattle?
that we'd not only be pulling back, but we'd be pulling back past the giant labor camp, past the gazebo we got ambushed. We'd be going the entire length of the city all over again.
True.
I
But
say we
it's-
just pull back to the buildings at the bottom of these stairs and pop a squat in a hiding spot.
Okay. I mean,
That's fine.
as always, we just got to pick a spot where we want to have the entrance to the camping dimension be.
You're right.
So yeah, back down to the city, I guess.
Okay. Let me
So close. It's like
Change
running through mud.
Not too far down. Then we'd have to walk all the way back up.
We still have the phantom horses, so we're not entirely
clap, clap,
welcome.
clap, 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 clap.
Well, we want to maybe, because we came in from over here, kind of worked our way.
I say like in these
What
buildings
is-
over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we want to spend the rest of the day kind of scouting these out and
Mhm.
seeing which ones would work? Not that they have to work very well, but see if there's anything worthwhile in them.
Yeah, make sure we're not picking the giant's latrine by mistake.
Mm.
Whoa, we
Come
can
out
put it behind
once
this
you
huge pile of shit.
So are you going to try to stealth through the city, or are you just going to walk through?
We're in a stealth.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the stealth up.
Oh, now. Yeah, Lucilla still not good.
Well, good thing is I'm doing this as like a group event thing, so
Mhm.
those who roll really high can cover for the weaknesses of others. So as you go through, you do have to kind of tuck in and hide in certain locations, as this part of the city has quite a lamia population. Like you see some of the snake kind of lamia, but you also see some of the ones with the more lion-esque lower bodies.
Oh God, we're in that side of town.
Most of them seem to be congregating around this building right here.
Mhm.
You see it's like a wall. The structure is like walled off from the road with towers that end in onion-shaped domes with multiple balconies on the towers to kind of overlook the ruined compound below.
Taj Mahal.
Inside you can see the big. Yeah, kind of. You can actually see like the big, like an old, partially dilapidated temple of some kind. You see 7-pointed stars kind of decorating the walls, but in terms of that part of the city, that's the only thing that really screams out to you. You could easily find a building that is away from sight to do whatever you need to do.
Let's not fuck with the Lamias.
Yeah, you want to just go hide in the house and set up your camp?
Sounds like
So
a plan.
let's see.
Yeah,
Okay.
look at this house. There's a closet right here. You can put your door inside this closet. We're good to go.
Ah, yes. Your natural habitat, Emmanuel, hiding in the closet.
I don't understand.
Once we get all situated, Let me pull up divination.
It can provide you with one piece of advice in reply to a question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity that is occur within 1 week. This advice granted by the spell can be as simple as a short phrase, or it might take the form of a cryptic rhyme or omen. If you don't act on the information, the conditions may change. Divination has a chance to succeed equal to 70% plus 1% per caster level, but this is an artifact, so it's just a 90% chance of succeeding. And you'll know if the spell failed.
All right. Guess specifically, what do we need to, I guess, bypass the barrier field? Atop, was it Mount
Marmoset. I'll just type it up.
Marmoset? All right, so 90% divination off of that, you say?
Yep. So I will roll it on screen, off screen. Okay, it succeeds. So when you ask this question, you hear a voice come into your head. How am I going to word this?
Just make it super broy.
Seek out the rings of stars held by powerful individuals in the city. And that's basically what you can amount to. Yeah, those Sahedron rings are probably key to getting through that field.
I found one or two of those.
You have one so far.
Yeah.
If you put it on, do you think you can try walking through and see if it lets you go through?
Not keen to test tonight, but could tomorrow.
Or at least let Affix it try. She probably could withstand the ill effects the best.
But he's also only one who could remove one of known ill effects if happen.
Affix it, how is it? Oh, crap.
What?
Well, we were just chatting that Reach found out that this ring, those rings, there are multiple of them, and we're thinking if you wear it, you can walk through the magic field.
Yes, whatever answers for Quill said to seek out the star rings to bypass the barrier.
Was I
and that they're
out of character? Was I unable to get through it even though I succeeded the saves, or because I?
But you can go through it, but you can tell that it was going to keep happening.
Oh, okay, so basically just
like it's another one of those things where the DC gets higher as you go.
I gotcha. Okay.
And it started in the 20s. So
did we learn? Reach learn technically what barrier it is, or was that out of character?
It told us.
It has like some protection to keep people out that causes mental fatigue, i.e., wisdom drain.
Yeah,
and
I just didn't know if it had a name.
It's called an occlusion field. It doesn't actually have a spell name.
Okay.
You imagine it's from some kind of relic or artifact or something, which is why it's not like easily detectable like that.
Need more of an inclusive field.
And if it's held by powerful beings in the city, not much more powerful than dragon. Could be good start. Maybe demon
Affix just starts lighting up. Affix is just like, I'm gonna get some treasure. I'm gonna get some treasure.
It's a priority for me, apparently. Probably also summon for all the half people that are in there in their little house there, and the big bug in the arena.
Yes.
How many would that
possibly
be? Like
even
8?
giants?
Be like what, 8 rings if we get those ones?
Yeah.
I don't count good.
He's more than we had, that we know.
All right, so it looks like we're gonna purge the city.
Oh, what purging we will go.
Fix would look over at Gork and just see how disappointed he is.
Or just peeved.
Sure.
I mean, nothing says you have to kill the dragon. Maybe you just steal from him, or trade
Not
with
against
him.
fighting the dragon. I was just disappointed that everyone's like, "We need to save the world." Ooh, money.
Mhm.
We literally just went through an entire dungeon where there was a wing about how greed was bad. Like, come on.
Hey, man, a bar doesn't build
Yeah.
itself.
You're-
I mean, unless,
Yeah, I
unless you have like a level 17 wizard, which, and of course, then it can build itself. But that's beside the point.
You're like those people that are deathly allergic to pufferfish. And you're like, but it just tastes so good. And you're like, you're literally dying.
Mhm.
Oh, you mean those people who consume dairy that it makes them not violently ill?
Mhm.
But then they'll have the cheesiest fucking pizza you can ever see, and you're like, this is gonna kill you, right?
Mhm.
Not before I kill this pizza.
Mhm. Live by the pizza, die by the pizza.
Oh, I've had some really bad run-ins with money. I have found that it does not do any of these things to you.
It ain't easy if it ain't cheesy.
Alright, who we slugging first? Don't speak up all at once.
I mean, there's literally a sitting bug over there.
Yeah.
Or wait, it wasn't a bug, it was a devil. Sitting devil.
It's a devil bug.
Yeah. Probably our easy starting spot.
Figure out the dragon was blue.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Seem to recall. So that definitely would want lightning protection if we go after that first. The devil's ice, that I remember. So you'd want ice resistance for that.
What
God,
was
they're-
with the devil?
Spider.
Some sort of evil spider of magical ability.
Did they look
Same
like the
ones that we got
spiders that we
ambushed
just
by?
killed?
No.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah, I was gonna say that is a question.
yeah.
No,
that's-
they did actually look different.
Guys, let's go kill another dragon. That's my vote.
Do we know where it lives?
You did see it kind of leave a certain area before. Someone give me a sense motive. Or
Not
you can
my
also
forte.
give me if you want.
Untrained. Woo.
Afixa, you and actually Pledrum too. You seem to notice that the dragon doesn't seem to get out very early in the morning. Whenever you see it flying, it seems to be during midday or later. You imagine if it's anything during the morning, it might be sleeping. So
I feel you, dragon. Sleep in. Late brunch. 3 o'clock.
Now I
That's the
gotta.
point of living for thousands of years if you have to get up before noon.
so that could be the money things. You can try to find it and attack it while it's sleeping. You could try to sneak in while it's gone. It opens up a lot of doors for knowing this information.
We definitely need to attack it while it's not out in the open.
Yeah, what are you talking about? A dragon in the open? That's fine.
Accidentally
This'll
waking up and it's all like, oh, thank Dragon God, you're here to kill that wizard. Right here, take this box of magic rings. Get to it.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take these.
Oh, cool.
You're an
I mean,
upstanding. You're an actual decent dragon. Surprising.
Yeah, I mean, it's Dragon number 3. We're due for a chill one. Other than the one that breathed ice.
Meanwhile, the cat that's on Afixa's shoulder is like, I really should stop.
Yeah, I mean, they are pretty
At this
intelligent.
point.
We could try to strike some sort of deal with it.
Does anyone
Okay.
know what a
Do you
blue
still have-
dragon's like?
You still have Dream prepped, but
What would be a roll off for dragons there, Richard, for our friend?
That'd be Arcana.
Arcana. You know what? I'll just take I'll just do my once per day. Take a 20, so that'll be 43. Feels reasonable. She would dream a lot about dragons.
So blue dragons, you know that they are commonly known as schemers and apparently addicted to strict order. They're very lawful in nature.
Subs.
They have a need to manipulate and control, usually containing a network of agents or contacts that they can dominate.
Probably.
And they
working with the devil.
actually are a type of dragon that cannot change forms. So
Looks a little here. Well, if we wanted to do the negotiation route, we could just pretend to be its cat paw and say, "Hey, you don't want to live underneath the banner of some stupid wizard, right? We can go kill him for your magnificence or whatever." I mean, provided no one wants to take anything from his hoard, right, guys?
I'm okay.
If
Anyway,
we could get him on our side, I'm on board for that.
get him on
Even
our
if it means no treasure,
side.
that's fine.
But he's probably evil, right?
Oh, 100%.
Most likely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the hard part.
We're not going to run into a lot of good people here, I don't think.
We'll have to appeal to his lawful sensibilities.
Get him to sign some kind of contract.
We just show up there and inform him that the zoning for this city is all fucked.
We've also got Bill here for some very high back property taxes.
Well, what do you know? I'm flying south for the winter.
I feel like that's a good way to get your ass redistricted.
No dragon wants to fight with the Draconic IRS. Alright, so we're going to go mess up another dragon then.
Let's do it.
Probably the next day, though.
okay, so yeah, you stay the night in Risha's magnificent mansion.
Probably heal up.
Mhm.
It's like Orc's
Does
8 hit points shy, so you would
Yeah.
heal that.
did Pledrum get rid of all of his con damage?
Yeah, I believe fix a cast restoration on all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fix all the con damage.
So are we gonna like cast Dream on the dragon and ask him for a meeting, or how are we doing it?
You want to seduce the dragon, don't you?
I like how there's no comment.
Well, no, it's not one of the ones that can take humanoid shape, so...
I mean, when has that ever stopped anybody on the internet?
Yeah, but we're not people on the internet.
I mean, I didn't know you were all in the same room as me.
People, internet.
Shut up, Coke. We already know you're a ghost in the machine.
Mm-hmm. That is true. I think Richard and I are the only two people that can confirm that each other do in fact exist.
And the few times I tried me up with Cope, he was like, "Nope, can't make it. Sorry."
Sorry, firewall.
And I'm very far away from y'all. I don't think any of you have ever even set foot in California, let alone come to visit.
I have made physical contact with Richard once in the past.
Yeah?
Furthest west I've gotten is the Grand Canyon. So
Like I said, if anyone ever winds up somehow coming into California for whatever reason, if y'all want weed, I got tons of it. So
I'm in.
I keep telling my sister who lives in California that if she's interested, I've got a guy.
I mean, I'd also be willing to sell it too if she was more comfortable with buying too, because some people don't like to be given stuff.
It's a joke because she's very much anti-smoking.
No, I know, but for some reason there are people who are very anti being given stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some people I've sold it to before.
Yeah.
But no, I just mentioned that because I know if Loki ever does anything where he has to travel to California, I'm sure he wants to come hit me up.
Yep.
Because I have I think I have like 3 pounds of it right now.
Oh, Jesus.
I've given away like a pound of it too.
just in case I'm gonna remember to cut this whole part.
I mean, it's legal in California. I can give up as much as I want.
Legal.
Yeah.
Fuck that,
Edibles
Kenneth. That
are
shit's
legal.
legal in California.
Yeah, but it's still federally illegal.
I didn't say he would drive it home with him. I said he would have it while he's in California.
I'm just smoking a hell of a lot while you're here.
Yeah.
I'll give him a little
The time
note.
you
It'll
see,
say
just
not
wake
for out of state use.
Not
Bring
for
a challenge.
resale.
This is not the weed you were looking for, with a picture of Obi-Wan doing the hand motion.
Yeah, something. tells
Considering
me-
I do actually have one called Skywalker OG, so
Nice.
anyway.
Mhm.
You want to head over to the dragon then?
Yeah, guess
Yep.
we'll have to find out where he is specifically.
Mhm. And for the record, I'm going to cross the city in celestial bear form because shit could go plane shaped at any moment. So I'm just going to be prepared.
Gotcha. So go ahead and someone roll me a either survival or perception, or one of you can do each. So
Survive
There it
behind
is.
Gorky.
yeah. And then everyone go ahead and roll me a stealth if you're trying to make your way through the city without any incidents.
So I've got a plus 23 perception, unless someone else wants to roll for that.
I did the
Survival.
Yeah,
right?
you did the survival.
I mean, you could probably just roll it. I think yours is one of the highest perceptions.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, so you guys definitely find some stuff. Let's see. I think I just need a stealth from Pledrum. And did you roll one for Reese yet? Yeah, you did. Okay. So yeah, you have a couple close calls because of dose, but you are able to
Damn
make
it.
your way
Stop
through.
eating.
You are able to make your way through towards this area, and with your coupled survival and perception roll, you do notice a particular building. You see, it looks like a massive blockhouse of stone and steel, with a single gate that provides the only entrance. It looks almost like a tax house. Like those of you who have lived in cities that have people who they have like bunkers where they keep a lot of the money and like the revenue of a city.
Mhm.
This is very much a building that's reminiscent of that. You
Don't
see,
have
it's
to worry
partially-
about the IRS when you are the IRS.
You see, the building itself is mostly collapsed, but there seems to be the central area is still clear.
Where is this building?
It is. I'll put you on top of it. This one right here.
Gotcha. Somewhere Cope's Curse of the Crimson Throne character sneezes.
And with the perception that you rolled as you're approaching it, you do notice that there is a side tunnel into what looks like the central chamber. If you go from the east side of the building,
Mm-hmm.
it is relatively small, so it looks like it isn't very often used. That this is actually the dragon's home.
All right, now, little one, I'm pretty sure this is what we brought you along for. If you can find the Arkenstone within.
So I'm sorry, are you talking to me?
Yeah, what just happened? I blacked out.
Well, if we go that way or the other way to try and get in, I'm going to keep up Detect Magic, because high-level dragons often know magic, and it would be nice to know if they've got any entrances alarmed or anything.
Good thing you did that, because that small tunnel is alarmed.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Gork wouldn't have been able to fit through it anyway with his bare body.
Correct.
Dose, no problem.
Yeah, Dose is a weirdo, so I wouldn't hold that against him.
He's what they put in yogurt to make it pink.
I don't even know what that means.
I know what you've been eating, but my yogurt's always usually white of some kind.
Seriously.
Well, strawberry yogurt isn't naturally pink colored. It's white with strawberries in it. So there's this African beetle that they ground up into a
Oh
fine
yeah, the
flour.
shellac stuff.
Yep.
They use also for Skittles.
Yep, that's what makes it that color.
Ooh. Beetle
Yeah.
dust.
Skittles and M&Ms, those shells are made with a lot of beetle shell.
Hells yeah.
There's a reason why that shit's delicious.
Hmm You can taste the consumed life.
When they say taste the rainbow, they're literally talking about beetles.
Yep.
Anyway. Yeah, so you only see the side entrance that does seem to be awarded, and you see the main entrance that is, at least on the outside, doesn't seem to be awarded.
So can vegetarians eat M&Ms?
It depends on what you want to split hairs with.
Yeah. Vegans not, but that's also because of the dairy. It's milk chocolate.
Beetles.
Well, which way do we want to try and go in? I can try to dispel the alarm on the secret tunnel.
What's our goal? To sneak in and kill him while he's asleep in the morning? Or are we going to try and talk to him?
One of these things.
I floated the idea of talking to him, but we need to come up with a strategy for how we're going to convince him if that's what we're going to do.
Lucilla speaks up here because Gork is still a bear. Well, I was thinking about the pitch that we could go with was get out from underneath the wizard's rule, but if he's living in the friggin' tax collector building, that means he's probably the literal tax collector for all these monsters living in this city. He's probably getting everything that he wants right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, we could also set up shop in one of these buildings while I cast Arcane Eye and scout the place out.
That works.
Don't know if that'll set off an alarm spell or not, but at the same time.
I'll rule no, just so you know for ahead of time, since it's
I say
small enough.
Let's talk to him inside of his lair.
So do you want me to scout the place out first, or?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, throw that Arcane Eye.
And Pledrum can plan out what he's going to say. And then I think we come from both directions, jump him from behind if it doesn't work, while somebody talks to him up front.
So you send your Arcane Eye in?
Mm-hmm.
Sending them the Arcane Eye. The building itself, rather run down, but there is a large chamber that this dragon is inside of. It is currently asleep. It seems to be on top of some money.
As is tradition.
Um,
So what's the room generally look like? I mean, you said the place is kind of dilapidated.
yeah, I will actually just bring you over to a map. I didn't put dynamic lighting on this or anything, so I'll just bring you all over to it. So we can just say that he's explaining. Also, this thing should be one size bigger. There we go.
There it loads. So I'm guessing that's the probably the secret entrance we found.
Yeah.
Yes, doors. So the eye probably went in there. Like said the place is partially collapsed. Is like the ceiling open, or does he walk in and out?
He walks in and out. The ceiling itself looks intact. It doesn't look like it's going to crumble at any means, but it looks like parts of the building have crumbled away to basically make it more cave-like than building-like at this point on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
The ceiling itself in this room is about 40 feet up in the main chamber, going down to about 30 feet up in the hallways and the entrance itself here. But with his size and stuff, it's not like he's going to be able, if you do go in there, he's probably not going to be able to fly very much.
Yeah. That's the big concern.
Like, he might be able to get some lift off, basically, but not be able to do flybys or anything.
Well, we've got the lay of the land. Do we still want to try and talk to him, or?
Set up to our diplomancer.
I mean, I'm up for it. I don't think we're really going to get a benefit from trying to sneak up on him. Because it seems like a pretty narrow way to get in. I'm not sure how it would.
Character, we haven't had a rest yet, right? Since the
This
We
would have been
kinda-
after you guys.
Next
uh,
day.
Yeah. This
oh,
would be-
okay, this is next day. Okay, just
Yeah, we camped to do the thing. I didn't end up doing any dream item, so.
So do we want to just head in there?
I mean, I guess we could potentially not present a united front and have a dispelled person sneak in the side entrance, have that team wait there, while the people who want to go talk, like Pledgeum, can go in the front, maybe with like Gork tagging along to be like an escort. Unless I'm overthinking it, we should just roll up full strength. Up to you guys.
I'm up for trying to talk things out, but we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. What's the status of all these doors? Because after we confirmed him, I'd have tried to scout out more, but if they're closed, I wouldn't really be able to get the eye through it unless there's like an inch gap.
These doors are all either loosely on their hinges or either open wide or just broken, so you're able to pass through them. Again, the building itself is not like super.
Not in great condition.
Yeah. The only one that seems to be very solid is this one right here. Like you wouldn't be able to get into that one with your eye, but all the other ones are pretty solidified.
So that's the important one.
Well, if we want to send someone in
Which way
alone, they
can
can
he
go
get
in.
in and out?
Yeah. If we want to send someone in alone, they can go in through the main passage while the rest of us work our way over to here, where we'd have a little bit of cover and the element of surprise, especially if we stay back here. But
You would
same-
know though that these things right here are bars that go up from the floor to ceiling.
Oh, that's what those poles
Yeah,
are. And there's
like-
poles
they're like-
over here too.
Yeah, those are like beams that are like shut down to basically be a gate.
Hmm. Good news for Rish if she needs to escape, but not so much for flanking maneuvers. Oh, then we also do know that that was the secret entrance we found. So I probably technically don't know where it comes out in here, but we do know that exists.
So could
Priscilla,
Emmanuel
do you
stand
know
behind
if
these
he would
bars and
have
shoot?
Probably.
Lucilla? Do you know if he would have a true sight?
I do. I am not a good enough spellcaster for True Sight. I've got invisibility.
Oh, he wants to know if the dragon has it.
No,
Oh,
I wonder
it's
if the
the dragon.
dragon has.
Sorry, yeah. Oh, it
With
doesn't
your
dragon
roll,
have-
that you would know they have blind sense.
they have blind sense, yeah.
Okay.
And hey, I have communal share language if that's relevant to this. No? Okay, I'll just.
I mean, I feel like it couldn't hurt, but be surprised if a dragon that large and old doesn't speak common.
Listen, I'm sorry I've insecure you guys. You guys can like punch a mountain and its heart comes out the other side. I'm just trying my best. This is all in character.
Mm-hmm.
And your insights have been very helpful.
I mean, you guys killed 2 dragons while I was dead, so.
So let's do.
Do we know this
Oh, your
dragon's
first
name?
time?
I don't think we do. We've just
Yeah,
seen him
you
a couple times.
You've seen what comes on, you don't know his name.
Maybe we can make a deal with the devil to get the dragon's name.
We're gonna get one of those things going where we want to get a thing from a person, but they want a thing for the other person, and it's just a continuous like daisy chain of what people need.
No, you see, you start by trading some dental floss and you work your way up to a boat.
Yep.
You just continually uptrade until it works.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will ask Rish, is there enough room between these bars that I could shoot arrows through it and potentially put my bear's statue down on the other side, which is the size of
Probably.
like a chess piece?
That's
All right. I'm highly voting
Richard?
for Emmanuel.
Yeah,
sneaking
that
in
it
here.
would be possible.
If he had the invisibility ring, he's pretty stealthy.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I did say yes. I just wasn't sure if anyone heard me say that. So
Putting that out
Definitely
there.
should see if the alarm spell is on any of these entrances. I assume we checked about here, but here or here. But that also bars there.
yeah, that's bars there. But there is an alarm spell if you try to go in a little bit right around here.
So, Michael, do you know spell magic on Bard or?
I
that
don't think so.
Got greater always memorized at least once, but of course it might not help matters if you go in and don't set off his alarm. But hey, he might also
Yeah, I was
think you're
gonna say,
natural
if you-
projection or something.
If you break in and take down a security system and then just want to talk, that's not a good look.
See how terrible your security system is? Would you like to buy mine?
Don't pay attention to our archer friend over there behind the bars either.
Mm-hmm. Although to get you behind the bars, we'll have to do something about these bars here. And
Well, he can turn into a raven. Would a raven fit between them?
Probably.
Yeah. So I could
other
get
option,
myself through.
sort of material are they made out of?
Praxis.
The bars are made out of metal. The doors are made out of stone for the most part, from what you can tell. But the bars themselves are metal.
Let's see. It makes some noise, but I believe, yeah, if most things are made out of steel, then they've got a hardness of 10. So that adamantine scimitar can cut our way through pretty quick.
I don't know, guys. Maybe we should just kill this thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys get where you want to go. I'm about to go walk in there.
Gork will tag along in bear form with Pledron just to be behind him.
Okay, let me go ahead and reveal your tokens. You can position yourselves how your guys are going in.
I mean, because I look like just a bear with him, an especially majestic bear, but I could be like an animal companion or something stupid.
So you guys are on the top right. So if Pledron, you're just going to go through the front door, you can position yourself there with Gork, and everyone else can decide how they're going to approach this in case fights do ensue.
Yeah. That is the question. Do we want to go in front, back, or try to do something to the side here with the bars?
Just give this dragon the good old shocker.
I like my bar move. I'm going to borrow the Ring of Invisibility if y'all let me, and I'm going to raven through the bars.
I imagine the bear is in token form at the moment.
I have.
Yes. I'll put him way down here.
I have the my sword, but I probably won't be quiet.
Well, my whole point of going through the bars is once I get to this side where there are bars, I can sit over here and shoot arrows through safely.
No.
And I can stick my token companion on the other side and turn him into a bear from over there. And if I ever really need to get onto this side, I can turn into a raven and fly over there.
The exact perfect spot to have nowhere to go, and it breathes lightning. So these nice electrically conductive bars.
Yes,
Yep.
we're going
Speaking
to
of
really
which-
protect him from.
Yeah. Let's see. We got the protection, which is 120 points per person.
I'll go ahead and use Blessed Weapon while I'm out here.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Gravity Bow too.
And I'll
Using lots of spells.
double dip and give us resistance of 30. Because I get the feeling that breath weapon will probably shoot through the protection real quick.
Nah.
They have rounds before they can do it again and again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Generally,
Or is
like
that just a
1d4.
5e thing?
Generally, I think it's 1d4 rounds. So it
Yeah.
could happen the next round, but it could take longer.
Yeah, my Greater Dragon Form spell is once every 1d4. So they're probably at least that for this guy.
Yeah.
We should be really grateful that 3rd edition changed how Dragon Breath attacks worked, because in 1st and 2nd edition, they would deal an amount of damage equal to the dragon's current hit points, which could be sizable.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not putting you on initiative tracker right now, so go ahead and progress how you're going to go. And let me know where you're going to end up when the talking ensues, or if you guys are just going to go guns blazing. I don't know yet. There's been kind of talks between both, so.
All right.
Following Pledrim's lead.
I'm going to start my Merry Jantin and play a little tune on my way in.
Now we got at least 20 minutes on the resistance. So, yeah, then I'm definitely not going to bother dispelling the the entryway if you're going to be playing the lute the whole way in.
Yeah, I thought that was what you were saying, was we pretty much didn't have enough dispel magics to do that.
Yeah, like I said, I've got it once, but
So I played it basically.
we also decided it would not
because
be
there's no way we're going to get past it.
to discussion if he's like, how the fuck did you get in my house?
Mm.
Yeah.
Instead of just, why the fuck did you get in my house?
Yeah, if I'm playing the song, so clearly we're not trying to sneak up on him.
So go ahead and progress. I'm not gonna. Again, no turn order until like a fight ensues. So.
Peek my head above.
Yep. Inside, you see the dragon, who Reese's said was asleep at the moment. As you turn the corner, you see it kind of just looking over your direction. It's not fully in like combat mode or anything. It just has its head up from its slumbering pose and just kind of looking at you all as you enter. Like, it's not every day I see humans up here. And a bear.
As I walk further into the cavern, I say, how do you like the music?
It's passable.
You got a favorite song? See if I can play it.
You have 3 seconds to tell me what you want before I turn you into ash.
Hit the road, Jack.
Well, I guess I'm just curious. Why a dragon as old and as powerful as you is throwing in their lot with Karzog?
You know Karzog, then? Are you here to deal with him as humans like to do? Deal with each other through force?
Karzog is threatening the order of the world that we're living in. Me and my companions are going to take whatever measures that we need to take to make sure that he can't do any more damage than he already has.
Well, I'm sorry to say you chose rather poorly for a introduction. I rather like the idea of working for Karzog. Don't think you know that he is well known for treating dragons very well under his reign. better than most. So I'm sorry to say I will have to hand your body over to him once he fully arrives in his plan.
Before we start this combat, let me just ask you one more question. And then if I can't convince you, we'll just let it be. Where do you think you fit at the end of Karzog's plan?
From my knowledge of history, is probably one of his upper echelon generals or personal protectors.
You think Karzog is going to keep someone as powerful and as intelligent as you that close to him? You're smarter than that.
He just chuckles. He's like, he already keeps one of us next to him at all times.
Right now, sure.
For the
I'm
last
sure.
10,000 years. And for his 466 years of rule under the banner of the Runelord of Greed, he has kept dragons nearby him as his trusted confidants. But I tire of this conversation, so if there's nothing else, I will go ahead.
Whatever.
Yeah, you walked in trying to convince this dragon to change sides when in the book, this guy idolizes Karzog.
Man, what
Look, that's all purely coincidental.
You sure we can convince you to do a little treason?
But hey, we did find out there's a fourth dragon, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
God, so many of these fuckers. They're like rats.
Rodents of unusual size.
Yeah, I think everyone's up on the board.
I swear, if he hits me with confusion round one, I'm a flip.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he's not a lang dragon. Manuel.
All right. I feel like Emmanuel, given the spot he's in, would he be able to hear very well? What's going on?
Probably not 100%. You do begin to hear the sound of wings flapping and the sounds of this dragon getting up. So,
Okay, he's not going to cast before he would move then, but he is going to peek his head in to see what's going on.
you will have to
looks like
continue on
anger.
because you have to continue on because these doors would be closed still.
All right, then he is going to. No, he's going to wait until he hears fighting. Always the coward.
Next up is Rish.
Mm-hmm. Do wish I could drop it on more of the party, but I will haste everyone who's with me in the hallway.
There you go.
And I'm trying to decide which staff to pull out, but that's good for my turn.
Please, Rish. You're in public.
Yeah, seriously, that's what she said.
Besides, if you were a male lizard, you'd have two.
That's why I had to choose which one.
Yes.
Do I feel like a lefty or a righty today?
Yeah, at this point, Rich has 5.
Fancy lizard.
Just helicopter them all around.
Okay, so this one is
Oh, nature. Rot.
So as you expected, a 120-foot line of electricity. So this will be a reflex save from the two of you.
Okay, I need to check.
All right.
to see.
Adding a +8 because I do not want to get.
You do
Yeah,
have the
full
protection as well, by the way. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so the DC is 29. So Pledrum would take half. So 80 points of electricity damage goes into, I think it's 120 points of protection.
Yeah,
And does
120
the energy
points
resistance
protect.
get taken out first?
No,
Okay,
the protection gets eaten first, then resistance.
gotcha.
But only
that still
half of
takes-
that,
Oh.
right? 40.
So it would actually do my protection.
Yeah, I would put a bar on your head.
Oh, well, I don't know how because it is filled out like there should be a bar on my head.
Yeah, Yeah, my health bar is gone too.
It's still showing the numbers for me, so let me just refresh it.
Yeah, you're gonna need a refresher.
Yep, it's not a big deal.
But that is its turn, so it would be Gork's turn when you're done.
It's just reload.
I would reload, but it's not that important to me, and I'd have to reopen my character sheet, which is its own issue.
Yeah,
Seriously.
no, it's a bigger issue when, especially with you, and then when especially with me, because I have like tabs open and shit for like different stat blocks and different info.
Mhm.
Plus, I can still see everyone else's health at least.
All right. So, back in the game. Friendly rivalry, power attack. None of that, none of that. I will swift action smite him. I assume he is evil.
Yep, you smite and it does not happen.
Oh, interesting.
In fact, it feels like you're targeting nothing.
Retro.
Trickery.
Sent 30 feet.
There's something right behind you.
I'm gonna whip around and attack that instead.
Okay, you reach out and strike at something up here.
I've got heart seeking, so it'll ignore the mischance.
Yep.
Full attack. Bear claws.
Let's see. Miss.
And bear bite. I think I missed the button. Oh, never mind. There it is. All right.
As you flurry into nothing, and it seems to not make contact with anything, but you know you smell something over there. Also, I need to roll the 1d4 to see if he gets his breath weapon back. 2 rounds.
Okay. Well, that's my turn.
Okay. Lucilla. You think Gork might be confused again? He just attacked the air.
Hmm. Oh, I'm just opening the full sheet. I am going to cast invisibility on myself. Then I am going to slip into the room, trying my best to be stealthy.
Gotcha.
I know I shall move at half speed, but I'll roll a stealth.
Yep, go for it.
That's not including the bonus from the stealth, from the invisibility.
Also, I forgot to do a thing at the start of anyone who can see it, which at this point would just be Lucilla, Gork, and Pledrum. You need to save against his frightful presence.
Okay. We'll save.
So that will saves, yep.
Will
Three.
say,
Yeah. They do tend to get auras and presences at that point.
Those are
on my characters
Lucilla.
in roll 20, I give them the big, ugly auras, just so that I don't forget them.
Yep. So Lucille passed, Gork failed, Pledrum passed. So Gork, you are affected by let's see.
I could not.
Steal yourself, Gork.
I can just not catch a break today as Gork.
Yeah, you are shaken.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, talk to the guy who hasn't been poisoned to death today.
No, I know. I'm just saying, I'm rolling better.
Yeah.
Lucille's turn, so.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, you'd already moved the counter to a fixer, so.
Yep.
Move in 30 feet here. And too far
I'll
away
probably
to attack. So I think I'll go ahead and do I'm thinking greater angelic aspect, but does lesser globe of invulnerability that affects all magic that's cast, right? Okay.
Into
That's
the
only
area
ones that
around you, yeah.
Only ones that aren't already cast.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it doesn't. So it doesn't suppress.
I don't
stuff.
think it suppresses the ones that are already in effect. I could be
Okay.
wrong, but
I know it doesn't affect magic items or anything that you have on yourself.
Yeah, I think it's just casting into it.
Yeah.
But I'm pulling it up now. Mobile sphere surrounds you and excludes all spell effects of 3rd level or lower. Area of effect of any such spells does not include the area of lesser globe of invulnerability. Such spells fail to affect any target located within the globe. Excluded effects include spell-like abilities, and spells or spell-like effects from items.
Okay.
They can, however, be cast through or out of the globe.
Oh, okay. Then I will go ahead and use greater angelic aspect.
gotcha. That'll be your turn, correct?
Yeah.
Pledrum.
What size is this dragon?
It is gargantuan.
Gargantuan.
It is
Very
size
fun.
yes.
It is size damn.
Okay, a gargantuan dragon.
Yeah, also from your point of view that it's over here, and Gork is attacking this way.
Can I do a Sin's motive or something to see if this dragon is real? What?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Actually, it would be a will save.
Mm-hmm.
It's a will save, by the way, not a sense motive.
Okay.
Is a
Okay.
33 will right above that sense motive.
That was
Yeah,
for
That was for earlier. 21 will now.
21. That actually will succeed. It is an image of some kind.
Okay, so let me
The hell
see
did
if
you drop?
my phone fell off my lap onto the ground.
It's a hell of a thump.
I'll put a little aura on it to
Damn it,
depict
cat.
that it's a goddamn it, cat.
Glitter dust or whatever's in front of Gork.
Okay, I believe that's not a spell resistance one, so just
No,
reflex to see if it's blinded.
Which, well,
Yeah,
I was going to say which it'll probably make in its sleep, but
you did.
It's
somehow
okay.
get
It,
one.
it has blind sense, so it doesn't actually affect it too much.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's a natural one. Again, you guys don't have to worry about fighting things when I am the GM.
So we should be able to see it now, right?
Yep, I am just going to the GM layer to reveal it.
The dragon, the cooler dragon.
So I believe blinded will still affect its AC, even if it can still sense things.
I believe so.
Yes, because that's how it's
Okay,
a lot
I'm
like that
going
with my
to-
scent.
5 foot step behind Gork.
Yeah.
Yeah,
why
it
I
cannot
can't.
take AOs though when it's blinded, so no matter what. Anyway,
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the funny part is next week you're going into a dragon's lair.
okay.
So that one's red, so it's totally different.
Double the dragon action.
Mhm.
It's called Dungeons and
Double
Dragons.
dragon? All right, Manuel, hearing all the screaming, fighting, is going to come through the door. Is that a fair assumption?
Yep.
All right. And he sees 2 dragons.
Mm-hmm.
But he sees his friends fighting said dragon that is glitter dusted.
You see a dragon and a big clump of glitter dust.
Shaped like a dragon.
That he used on an invisible spider yesterday. So
Yeah. And well, isn't dumb. I play him pretty dumb, but he's pretty smart. 22
I feel
wisdom.
like he's not dumb, he's just ignorant at times.
Yeah.
Oblivious to non-Malthusian social status.
That's definitely a word for it. He'll go ahead and cast Post Spirit.
Gotcha.
And then with his swift action, he will attack the one in front of his friends. It's going to have bullseye shot. Not much else. Has anybody hit it? Blood for the Empire?
No.
Has not been hit yet. God damn it, cat! Get the fuck away.
There we go. And everything in the world is complete.
Shut up.
All right. Kaboom.
That'll hit.
So that was move,
Action and swift.
spellcasting, standard, and swift. Yes. So he is done though. Now I have on a ring of invisibility. How does that work?
Did you use invisibility before? And
Yeah, I said
so
that's
now
the whole-
you're invisible again.
Okay, even with the
It's-
ring.
Yeah, because it still counts as a normal ring. Like it still counts as invisibility, not greater invisibility. So
Okay.
you can still keep using it because it's like a
How
continuous.
odd is it that I've never had a ring of invisibility in Pathfinder?
Yeah, I think that broken ring of invisibility in 5e was the first ring of invisibility we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Probably. All right. Well, I decided I was going to pull out the Staff of Hungry Shadows. So I guess I'll move up and probably have to make that will save.
Yep. Also, Emmanuel Romeo will save as well because you would have been inside of it too. I'm not even going to worry about a fix it because I think you're going to save it other than a natural one.
So it was a will
Which is
save?
fine. Yeah. Emmanuel is shaken.
Yep. Okay. So I guess I'll cast the one I have free. I imagine it has spell resistance because a third of everything has spell resistance at this level.
Yeah. It's the rough thing about high level stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yep. I'll just go ahead and mark it off my sheet. Would have been innervation, but I rolled a 1. Actually, you know what? It's fucking into the session. Let's re-roll that.
Yeah. Dig in.
36 spell.
Yep. That'll get through.
We only have 2 hero points, right?
Yeah.
3 negative levels. Because it's a fucking huge dragon. I hope it doesn't have a higher touch than 23.
No, it has a 35 touch. I'm sorry. No, it has a 7. It has a 7 touch. So all of its rolls will basically be at a -3, and it takes
15 points of damage effectively.
Yep. Just doing a couple math things. Okay. Its turn. First thing that's going to happen is its illusion is going to cast Dispel Magic on it to try to dispel the blindness. And let me look up Dispel Magic again. The DC 11 plus the spell's caster level. So I think that'll
disbelieve
fail.
its ability
That
to
will
cast
fail
spells.
miserably if it's plus caster level.
Yeah. So nope. It's gonna have to fight blind then. It is just going to go ham on Gork. Just trying to check something real quick.
And if it's blinded, it's got a mischance. Unlike me, it doesn't have heart seeking.
Oh yeah, 50% miss.
Or does it?
Well, it has blind
Um,
sense.
It actually has blind sight. So I'm checking. See.
Yeah.
Let's get a look at the rules for this one.
Okay, it doesn't need a mischance if it has blind sight.
Gotcha.
But its AC is still affected. So.
Mhm.
Before you ask, it is buffed from normal dragons of its CR. It has blind sight. It has this illusion ability.
Mhm.
So,
I'm sure.
So it's going to start with a bite.
We're kind of already ruining its cloaca. It can be buffed.
Yeah, that hits.
25 points of damage, and you are now considered flat-footed until the end of its next turn.
Is it evil aligned attacks?
They're standard attacks they're considered magical, but that's it.
Okay, so that's 15 instead of 25 points of damage.
And then next is a claw.
That will hit.
Second claw.
Is that
hold
with
on.
or without the minuses from negative?
These are all
levels?
-3. I forgot. I didn't calculate that in.
Hold on, let me.
You're
the
considered
first one would-
flat-footed after the first one.
Yeah, the first one would still hit anyway. Let me just look at what my flat footy is, because it's higher than you think.
It just gets rid of your dex, and I think your deflection.
Yeah. By how much lower is it? You said?
No, it's just Dex. It should be automatically calculated on
No,
your
I
sheet.
know. I know.
Oh,
Mine,
3
I
less
said
on the attack
3
roll.
less on his attack roll. Okay, then that last one will miss.
Okay. And then,
Because in bear form, I actually am only getting +1 from Dex. It's all from other things.
yeah, he's going to do 2 wing attacks.
Okay, so that will hit but not do any damage, and that will hit and do very small amount of damage.
And this will be a tail slap against Pledrum.
Also, for the record, on that last attack, I use my immediate action to activate Blood Fury style.
Gotcha.
Do I have cover or something from being in front of Gork?
Nope, he has a large tail.
Okay. I get it. He's gargantuan, whatever. So 25 damage?
Yep. And I would have said this illusion does move into here. So that's the turn.
All right. Blood Frenzy, Friendly Rivalry. Let me just check my various feats and combat staminas real quick.
Like, this guy can hit hard, but with the damage reduction and the fact that you guys are probably going to go ape on him in a second here, I can't imagine him living too much longer.
Honestly, I'm probably just going to step away, and while these guys beat on him, cast a dominate person over and over again.
Well, it has to be dominate monster for him. Dominate person wouldn't work.
Is dominate monster a different spell?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Ah, really?
It's
Dominate
the reason why
personality
I
affects
regret
humanoid.
not. I didn't realize that there was a feat that you have to take a character creation that says that if you were raised by animals, you count as a beast for spells, because that would have been perfect for Gork. Because then dominate persons would have just pinged off of him like nothing, which would have been great. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, dominate monster actually affects everything, but dominate person only affects humanoids. That's why dominate monster is a higher spell.
What level is it?
I can't remember.
I'll just look it up.
Oh, you know what? I almost used combat stamina for nothing, so I am going to full attack. And the first 3 attacks on my bear claws are going to have +5 to hit because I'm spending 15 stamina points.
Gotcha.
It is a 9th level spell for everything but summoner. So
Bards do not learn it, apparently.
nope.
Which is weird, by the way.
Yeah.
That is fucking weird. Okay.
You charmed the other one, I think.
Okay, so that's a 45 to confirm the crit.
It does confirm. His AC is lowered a little bit from being blinded, so
Yeah, it's a 40 to confirm. That next one's 35 to hit,
35 will hit.
36 to hit, and then
Okay.
obviously the 13 will miss. I'm not grabbing.
Yeah.
And then finally my bear bite,
And your weapons are considered magical, so I don't think
magical, silver, all that jazzercise.
It bypasses his DR.
36 to hit.
That'll hit.
There we go. Now Gork's on the board. I was like, I can use 1 stamina point to increase each attack roll by 1 up to 5. Should I conserve it? I'm like, no, what? Fuck, it's a dragon, and I forget I have these most of the time. 15, all in.
Yeah, he's looking pretty wounded now. Already.
Yeah. Bet you're happy that smite missed, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he is definitely happy.
See. Whoop.
Now I'm just thinking about, by the way, how baffled I am that bards cannot get dominate monster.
So it's gonna stop stealth running, but still invisibly run there. And then she's just gonna start her bardic performance. I don't know if that'll drop invisibility, but oh right, I forgot she's hasted, so she can move 10 feet closer. So, but that should affect pretty much everyone.
Yep.
Was I part of the haste?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you, me, and Lucilla.
All right. All right.
I totally forgot I have like an entire pouch of bark skin potions I should have taken before I came in here.
So don't ask me to dominate any monsters, because I fucking
yeah.
can never, even at level 20, dominate a monster.
Fix is
I know,
gonna
that's so
smite him,
fucking weird.
and then charge to fly right in his face with the
He is
strike.
going to make a bite attack against you as
Okay.
you charge in.
That'll miss.
Gotcha. Well, I rolled a 6. Of course I did. Okay, that would hit. Go ahead and roll me a 50% miss chance, as you now are noticing that he has displacement on. I haven't been doing it because Gork has things to bypass that, so.
D100.
Yep.
Good lord, 50 to hit. That would have been able to hit Manfred back in the day. I mean, not when he popped all of his abilities, but normally.
Well, I rolled an 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that misses?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and
While you were talking to his image, he was buffing up invisible.
I gotcha.
We didn't hear him chanting?
Huh?
Is he able to cast spells without using the verbal component?
He has silent spell and he has extend spell.
Gotcha. Okay. Just double checking.
Yep. No, he has silent spell and extend spell, and not that it matters, he also has a feat called Deadly Stroke, which would come into play if he wasn't fighting for his life here.
All right. I believe that's my turn.
Let him.
All right, I'm going to 5-foot step forward. Or actually, I can't provoke attack of I can't provoke attacks of opportunity right now because he's blinded, right?
Yep. Actually, yeah. So I fixed it. He wouldn't have been able to hit you anyway. I forgot about that.
I think we have a little blinded symbol.
Yeah, he has a blind symbol on him. It's just, he's so big.
Okay. I will cast mirror images on myself. B.
It's 1d4 plus 4. 5 images.
4, 5 images. And I will move forward so that he does not attack me. Actually, no. I'm going to stay right there.
Gotcha. Emmanuel.
Would Emmanuel get Lucilla's
No.
performance? Okay.
It's 30 feet.
I knew one of them was. Okay,
Yeah.
so blood for the Empire because Gork hit. Swift action, gonna let his spirit fire.
That hits.
Then
47.
standard action, he is going to fire, and he has a liming bow. I think you said that he's got blur up or something.
Yep. He has displacement, but yeah, the liming will ignore that.
Well, I think he has to hit it first.
Yeah, with those rolls, I'm pretty sure you're going to hit it.
Oh, there's not a mischance for displacement?
I thought aligning means, if it hits, it does it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
twice.
Yeah, if it hits, then it does it, but it does it for everyone for one
Gotcha.
round.
So yeah, the first one, you're going to have to do D100 for both of those then.
Okay.
I was confused about how it works.
Yeah, I had to read it too. I always
Okay, so
forget
the first one would hit, so...
Okay, so he's fairy fired basically and
Yep.
glitter dusted.
This guy just can't win.
Should have taken the deal.
Mhm.
He had his chance.
Seems like it just keeps happening over and over again.
Okay, he's still up, but he is not having fun.
Yep. Well, since it's still quite visible for being invisible, I guess I'll go ahead and try and use innervation off the staff.
Oh yeah. That fails against
Three.
the spell resistance.
Yeah, I was trying to decide if I wanted to tap the other one or not, but I'll slide for now. So 6 charges on the staff left.
Gotcha. The dragon.
Go ahead.
Also
Try to
known,
run.
since I might as well tell you, his name is Glorifax.
Go ahead. Try to run. Provoke an attack opportunity.
He's not going to
dare
try to
you.
run.
Wait a minute, Glory works with the Carfax?
Mm-hmm. I was about to say,
First thing
did he
it's gonna-
just to
Oh
name
my
himself that?
Does that mean that this other dragon is a green dragon called the Geico Gecko?
Mm-hmm.
His image is going to shoot a lightning beam through Gork and Afixa.
I am
reflex
20
save?
feet up if that makes a difference.
Okay, then yeah, he will move instead a different way. The illusion will move in a way that he can hit. Let's see. He's going to hit Pledrum and Lucilla.
No. Well, hopefully Lucilla, who can survive with all the other stuff.
Well, she has buffs. Like I
Yeah,
doubt
that's
it'll
what
get
I
to
mean.
120. Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll that reflex.
Wait, does he know I'm here? I'm invisible.
Two.
Yeah, the
Lucilla.
blind sight.
Lucilla? Oh,
Oh,
Lucilla.
yeah, blind sight.
Blind
Yeah.
sight. Yeah.
Oh, either way, reflex save.
Yep, against
Whee!
Lucilla. That will fail. That'll also fail. So full damage, 92. I think that'll actually eat through all of the temporary resistance from
Yeah, I think he
Pledrum.
had 40 left. So then
So, and then he has how much reduction? after
30.
that?
30 reduction after that.
So it eats.
70,
70
off
of
that,
it,
so
so-
22.
So 22 will actually go into Pledrum, but the rest of it gets eaten, and all of it gets eaten by Lucilla's barrier.
Mhm.
And then for the actual dragon, it is going to bite at Afixa. Fail. It's going to claw at Gork twice. You were still flat-footed until the end of this turn.
Oh,
Natural
yeah.
20.
Natural 20, that'll hit.
See if it confirms.
That will confirm.
So
Or
you'll-
is it still 4 lower?
3 lower, yeah.
3 lower? Then that will not confirm.
Gotcha.
All I know is I'm definitely taking some of his blood because that's a spell. If it is the spell that I'm thinking that I was looking at getting, it makes you invisible, creates an avatar that you can fire spells out of. So it's a nice one.
And then it has a couple more. Let's see. It's going to wing attack Gork.
Damn.
Even with 3 lower, I think that'll still confirm.
Yep.
So it'll just be the total of
Richard showed up.
27.
So 17.
One more wing attack.
I'm still flat-footed, you said?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, that will.
It's 3 lower than that roll though, so it should be 31.
Then that is. Oh no, then I'll miss because with Lucille I'm 1 higher. Woo!
And then 1 tail against Pledrum. 33 or 31, I mean.
Why is he still using his tail? Yeah.
And it'll ignore mirror images because he's fighting blind. So 21 points of damage to you. And he gets his breath weapon back in 4 turns. He is not going to see that breath weapon again. Gork.
All right, so 1 point of order. I forgot. I keep forgetting that my claws do additional file damage. So I hit 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So let me roll this up front because he would have taken 46 fire damage. Because I remember Lucille.
Go ahead and save it. He has protection from energy fire up. So
Okay. Just blew my balls there, huh? Anyway.
well, I just figured I'd save you the roll. So.
No, I know it's all good. All right. I will expend my last 3 points of combat stamina. So the first of these bear claw attacks will be at a +3.
Go for it.
Everything else will be normal.
Hit +3 will miss still. But it doesn't matter. How would you like to kill this guy in those first 2 attacks?
Okay, let me take a drink of water.
I'm going to delete the mirror.
Like the confidence.
Well, no, it's because I was starting to have a cough and I didn't want to try to give a cool description while I'm hacking. I like the idea that that tail attack comes around and hits Pledrum. And as the tail comes back around, Gork, full blood frenzy, jumps up and grabs the tail itself with his claws and teeth. And he, like, Super Mario Bowser swings the dragon into the side wall, and when it's dazed, he pounces on its head, and he just keeps bear tackling it into the wall until its skull cracks open. No grace.
It's very violent.
All brutality.
Yeah.
Very violent.
Finish him. Brutality.
And then I calm down and lose a lot of hit points.
Some of his blood for Reach.
There goes
Blood
trying
for
to
the
be
blood guy.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't anyone trust us?
We say over the rapidly cooling dragon corpse.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? I can't hear you over the sound of all this blood on our hands.
I can't hear you.
Hey, stop working for the evil guy. No, I'm gonna kill you. Jeez.
I'll morph back down into humanoid form, catching my breath. Whew. So what? That makes 3 now?
I'll raven
Yes.
form fly over to the prettiest, shiniest thing I see in his horde.
Yep, 3. Third great worm.
Let's see if
I
this one
guess
tastes.
bear.
See if this one
I
tastes
guess-
any better. I'm just gonna go use my claws and rip me off a piece of dragon brain.
Break me off a piece of that dragon brain.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes tingly. Probably all the lightning in its brain.
The centuries of knowledge gives it flavor.
Yep.
Everyone knows that middle-aged things taste the worst because it's not young enough to have wasted potential, but not old
Yep.
enough to not be really marinated in life.
Okay. I'm just going to give you the loot dump as it is. Because no sense in making you have to roll with this with Kenneth having his character know all about the money.
Whoosh.
We can afford more of those necklaces now.
I mean, we only need 1.
Nice round of extend.
And a ring of evasion.
Wand of Lightning Bolt.
Mhm.
6
Red
level.
silk gloves.
So he had a nice pile there. What's
That's basically
Door.
everything in the building.
nah?
In addition,
That's
though, you
also-
do find 4 of those rings with stars on them.
Well,
Hmm.
well, problem solved.
You're still one short of all the party members, though.
How weird are we that a suit of masterwork mithril half plate won't be used?
I know.
Yep. But that's also partially the well, no, I mean, half plate it wouldn't be used anyway because someone would probably trade it in for full plate.
Right. The only thing that's magical in terms of the armor there is the rallying banded mail.
Mhm.
But that's just like it gives you a bonus against fear effects.
Mhm. Like having to fight a dragon.
It's almost like someone probably fought him before and lost.
Mm-hmm.
Should have brought a bear.
It
Yeah.
was probably some dipshit that tried to challenge him to one-on-one honorable combat.
Mhm.
That's stupid. of him.
Or was pretty sure that he shouldn't work for the bad guy he works for.
It's crazy that I took less damage in that entire fight than against those giants.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also, he's fighting by himself, even with the buffs that I gave him to
Oh,
where
yeah.
his illusion could cast things. Which I do know what spell you're talking about, and I can't remember what the name of the spell is, but he would have used that. So if you get his blood, you would have it. I just can't remember the name of it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to go look for it again.
Are we done for the evening?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and call it there.
Yep. I'll start copying stuff over to the loot. Well, found a problem. Found most of the solution.
Yep.
Just wanted Loki to be able to get into Civ 6 as fast as possible.
And we'll repeat this dragon killing process next week. Probably
Also,
not.
You get your final level up now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow!
I believe the consensus was
Bittersweet.
we will not be killing dragons next week.
Probably
I
not.
will
no.
say I haven't calculated how much damage this blue dragon took in the fight, but I'm pretty certain Maldraxxus in the other game actually has more hit points than its Pathfinder equivalent,
Yeah.
which is saying something.
We're also not nearly as high a level in that game.
Yes.
Like, if this guy actually hits you, this guy had quite a bit of damage.
Oh yeah, he almost all of his attacks hit me when he was swinging.
Also,
at
you
me.
guys did the smart move and fought him in his lair where he has less maneuverability.
Mhm.
If he was flying around, it would have been a lot harder, I think,
Mhm.
Mm.
because he could do flyby attacks and do multi attacks while flying by.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's where it gets nasty.
So he couldn't do all of his
Deep
attacks.
chain.
He could do his bite and claws every time he flew by you, and then continue on.
Mm.
He could also
Basically.
grab you with the claws and drop you in the air.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I've
he would have
got
just
the,
picked up Emmanuel, and everything else would have been bad.
Yeah, I've got the Staff of Airwalk, but I don't know if you could keep up with its fly speed.
Almost certainly not.
He had 200 fly speed. So.
Yeah.
Yep.